Father, another day in this meat suit. One day closer to death. Here we are. Thank you for death. We're supposed to die to self daily, so it's always this time. 3 a.m. Normally time I spend by myself when it's quiet. The whole world's still just kind of asleep, not quite up, and so this is definitely a time that all seem to be up at this time, no matter what. So I don't know what it is about this 3 a.m. hour. I think they call that the witching hour or something like that, don't they? So it's time for a long time, decades, to get up and can think when the whole world is not buzzing yet. So I know we're on the right coast. I'm not right. We're here on the west coast because that's where I'm at for now. But it's still quiet. Most people haven't gotten up for work yet. Go do their 9 to 5, punch the clock, get punched by the man, hit the time clock there. So most people are lights out, and that's when they'll come SWAT raid your house. Normally it's around 3 a.m. in the morning. So when a kid sleeping, he said the enemy came and sowed seeds while you were sleeping. To sow seeds means to broadcast. Yeah, they have their Hollywood, they orchestrate the broadcast. So here we are, America ever after, huh? How long until we have military in all 50 states? How long do you think that's going to be? The show must go on. Must have their big show. As the whole world sleeps, right? Mm-hmm. Well, a lot of other countries aren't sleeping. A lot of countries are on fire. Should be an eventful week because remember they plan all this. The destruction of America will be controlled, a controlled demolition. So that's what we're seeing. I always remember my dad told me that I might not like the government, but they know what they're doing. They've had this thing going for quite some time now, haven't they? Govern to control mental mind control. Anybody who supports the government is mind controlled. They're left or they're right, or they're war doesn't decide who's right, it decides who's left, and they love their war because it's profitable. And when all else fails, they take you to war. So here we are, war in America. They brought war to the streets of the people because they wouldn't stand up. This is what war is. So World War II, there's been over 2,000 nuclear ordinances lit off, imploded on this rock already. So, but they got to get rid of their oil. It's not about nuclear, it's about oil. Remember, oil daddy, the oil daddy, Mr. Warp Speed. He likes to pump that oil. The 7 nations dropped 3 steel buildings with 2 airplanes. Mr. Warp Speed, we go buy and we get all that oil, right? So nobody wants American oil anymore. We want right? We better get that stuff in Venezuela, right? America wants that Venezuelan oil. You think that has to do with cartels? You get your head up your fourth point of contact. So this is way past left or right or a donkey or an elephant. Anybody who is that, I told you, they're mind controlled. 40% of the populace works for that mind control government, whether they're privately contracted overseas, another, all 180 countries and over 1,000 military bases, they're still government, state, federal. 40% of the populace in America works for the government. That's disgusting. Yep. I serve the beast system. I'm a veteran. So sure, I've been in the oil business. I'm a veteran. Remember, kill people in other countries, women and children. How many Iraqi women and children lost their life just during those first part of the 90s, Operation Desert Storm, Desert Shield, Operation Iraqi Freedom. So you can't see the future. Everything's already written. It's in a book. It's called the Scriptures. I know exactly. I don't need a crystal ball. So there's no such thing as free will, no such thing as luck. So MK Ultra, huh? You get the voice to skull technology. They hitting you hard with the, fluoridate you since you're a child, chloridate you, sting you, and start cursing at you and cursive and spelling. Remember you got stung by the spelling bee, right? You got schooled. So you better be right with the Most High. You better have your spiritual house in order before all things. Lights out, though I walk in the shadow of the valley of death. So that's all right. Most people are lost in space. They think there's gods in the sky, and they think God is in the sky. And that's exactly why he divorced his bride, Israel. So that's what religion does, waters people down. Those are my two, despise two things on this rock, religion and government. The two worst things, religion and government. So I only eat tacos on days and why. Okay? New? I only eat tacos on days and and why. All right? So let's get that clear. Anyway, any day taco. But why you gotta interrupt the chat? That's my thing. I've been interrupting chats for decades. Back in web TV, I used to interrupt the chat with the word taco. You could turn the lights out in a football stadium, come back on. We need your silence, please. Tacos, and the crowd's you know I'm right. You know I'm right. So, anyways, you can bend a whole taco, remember? Shell over like Mr. Dorito, Cheeto face, and his buddy Biden. Remember, you knew I was a snake before you let me in, and then he let the Biden. President 4 plus 5 is 9. 4 plus 7 is 11. President 9/11. One of us his house decorated with Satan, the sun god, Mithra, 9/11 sun god. What a silly world I live in. And they voted for him 3 times. Huh? They thought their vote counted. They never heard of the selectoral college. So, Dorito taco. No, yeah. Well, that's what I'm broadcasting from a Dorito taco potato chip shell. Or what? These people are idiots. All they care about is what they see. At least have some good food, right? Nope, eat poison. Just get poison. Food flavored poison. What kind of food flavored poison? We've got boxed, bagged, or canned poison. We even got, remember those grapes Nana or Grandma had on the table, or like all those fruit that was all the same shape, that waxy color? That's what they eat now. Plastic food and stuff, poison, preservatives. The ants won't even eat it. So I'm glad I'm a farmer. I eat chicken butt nuggets. I get golden, the chickens that lay my golden eggs, or not golden dough, but that golden eggs. They're superfood, man. You want to have high protein, especially during war. When there's war going on around you, you want to make sure you're at the highest peak performance that you can. If you're like, oh, there's no war, I'm like, okay. I wouldn't know about what war is, huh? But yeah, they've been talking about that for a long time. Radioactive shrimp. Remember, cesium-137's been leaking into the ocean since Fukushima, and they still ain't got it fixed. Remember TEPCO, Tokyo Electric Power Company, that sent the bombs in there? Huh, bombs. That's real nice, huh? That's what they treated those people like. The homeless. Here, have some money going there. Nobody has ever been able to fix it. Still leaking. So, I'm a radioactive. So, fructose corn syrup is delicious. Okay, there we go. We're going to get that swine out of here. I knew something stunk like the world. Yuck. Eat your corn stew. Oh, I'm the great. You drink your corn cars. Oh, I'm the great Cornholio, the Cornholio nation. Ethanol. What happened to leaded? Somebody hit them, shot to the dome, I guess. People can't use their head anymore. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. And don't drink that water if the horse doesn't. You can lead a person to knowledge. That's the word hell. Knowledge is hell. Bis, bathos, busos, but you can't make them think. So, might want to get off the grid and become your own power company. Remember, Tokyo Electric Power Company, but it's okay. Be independent of the system. That's how you beat the system. When you grow an extra tomato plant, they hate you if you grow food. Want to get on their list? Grow your own food. Make your own power. They don't like it when you make your own power. When you own your own land and you raise animals, they go, oh boy, that's your bad. Drink organic milk. You're a bad man. Shame on you, lady, for being organic. What are you, some hippie? No, I'm a high-tech redneck. I'm going to use the system until I don't like the system, because I already got 1 foot out of the system, and then I'm going to see you by when the system, lights out. I'm already out of the system 1 foot, remember? You got both within the system. You're going to go, you don't have 1 foot out of the system. You're going to go to the new system. Bye, see you. You've been digitally tokenized blockchain. That's what you are, communism. Digital blockchain communism. That's what you're going to be, part of this. Robots. You like your robot? They got a McDonald's with there's no. I hope you don't eat fast food. Remember, eat your kids. But anyways, they have the McDonald's. There's nobody in there. It's fully automated. So these people like eating poison, food flavored poison. I remember what flavored box bag or can plastic too. I'm a plastic man. You remember heard that song? You know me, I'm a young OG, I'm a plastic man. Right? No, I'm a classic man, remember? I don't want to eat plastic. But it's okay. Jimmy crack corn, remember? And I don't care. You can't serve two masters. Your master's dead to me like a virus. People are afraid of a virus, not even alive. I live in the stupidest generation to ever walk this rock. By far. They'll go down in history that the most ignorant people ever were to support the team, the tag team. Remember, you knew I was a snake before you let me in, and then he let the Biden. Two cheeks to the same hole, two wings to the same dragon. Democrats or red blood Buckins. We did that. Remember, they did that in Rome. Remember, we did that in Rome? Red team, blue team. They had the poly, pulling the, poly. Oh, how about poly and how about ticks? What is politics? Blood suckers. You do politics. History's being made every day. What are you doing about it? Can't do anything about it. It's already written. Everything that ever was, everything that ever will be, everything written, everything not written. So even if you write it, it's Father, the Most High. I am Father Nature and Father Time. Imagine that, a clock above your head. And then they think that a number, a hand pointing at a number or a digit on a screen is time. They live in a world full of idiots. Yeah, they don't even know what the word idiot is. I had a guy called me an idiot the other day. I asked him, well, then define the word to me then. Tell me what it is. He just got real frustrated. Oh, it's you leaving here, being all crazy, driving into a telephone pole. I was like, oh, okay. These people love their poles, remember? They do. They're Jesus Christ, remember? Crosses. Nobody hung from crosses. Nobody carried crosses. That's the Monster Energy drink. That va va va. Those are the stakes they put in his hand when they staked him to that stock or yoke. What you want to call it, a yoke? You carry your yoke. He says carry a cross, but see, they don't read the word. They're idiot religious. Fools. Fooled or spun. That's a Hebrew word, froward. It means to pervert. Oh, anybody in here who pushes drugs works for the government. I make examples of these people. These people have been programmed. And remember those people that just got blown up in the boat? This person's probably going to get blown up by the government. Ford, I go through grass like a mower with a Ford mower. If this was chess, I would have made you flip the board over. Get out of here, checkers. Black and white, black and yellow, black and yellow. Mark's a drug pusher like the government. The number one drug dealers on this rock are the governments. Remember, Mente, mind controlled. He's been mind controlled to push drugs just like the government. Love it. I told you they're the most idiotic. It's not what goes in a man that defiles them. It's what comes out of them. So you'll know them by their fruit. Remember, one bad apple, it upsets the whole apple cart. Like leaven's the whole love. Remember, the cream always rises to the top. I don't sup with vipers. Remember, he said you knew I was a snake before you let me in, and then he let the bite in. So that's why people, that's all they do is push drugs on each other. You know, and you can do whatever you want, but don't push them on other people. Don't talk about drugs in here, or you're out of here. You do what you want in your time. Don't come into my house as a ministry and sit there and push drugs. You sound like the government, the number one drug dealers. You know what Afghanistan is? Do you want to know who Donald Trump? He's sold more drugs than anybody on this rock. He'll go down in history. $2.2 trillion, the Pfizer jab. Remember Building 7, Tower 7, CIA headquarters, 3 steel buildings with 2 airplanes. Who do you think did that? Mr. Warp Speed. Yeah, so I don't know. This world is foolish, gone, spun. Remember, forward, perverted. I don't speak. I speak 100 languages, and they don't speak anything but the earth, right? The ruled is the earth. The heavens are above your head. No, the heavens are the ruling class. Remember, Israel, he had his favorite, his pride. Pride's a sin now. Remember, we're not under that covenant. I don't like what these people do. Be in it, but be not of it, he said. So do what you want. I'm organic. Go do your own thing, but don't let other people, you know, it's what comes out of us. So I rebuke religion. I rebuke government. I rebuke everybody who sits there and supports this beast system. And so if you put swine in here, he said, don't cast your pearls in the mud before pigs, people in government, right? Swine, people in government. You thought it was just those clown cops that drive around and extort road raiders like pirates, road pirates, under commerce, crimes of commerce. Criminal is a term of accounting. You ever had a budget or done a ledger or anything like that? Not Heath. I'm not joking. Oh, that's not nice. He's not here anymore. Don't worry, your day of death's already written. All things are created by Father. There's no free will. So if you think in free will in here, I want you to leave now. Alien's a word. It's not. There's no aliens. So goodbye, cat girls. Why would you say something so stupid? I love my cats. You never seen my cat Juniper. You don't know what cats are, do you? I got the best cat in the whole wide world. She's probably out there hunting right now under the full moon. Juniper. I'm out in there in the desert, hiring a hippie in a B-2 bomber over Iran. Not drugs, remember? Drug pushers, man. Okay. Makes you want to smoke a bowl or something, doesn't it? Oh, sorry. Never mind. Sorry for my outburst. They're fooled by deception. Remember the age of water? Water? Not a drop. They don't want to hear a sugar-coated peep out of you, huh? They're sugared, watered down. So, not right now. I raise my meat. I'm a farmer, so I raise my food. So, I'd like to hunt. I'd like to go to the woods and disappear out of society completely, but I can't do that because I have a ministry here. I'm a pastor. I'm retired. I have to run the ministry, so probably be going down south to the Eagle Door and set up that second ministry down there, and maybe I'll do some hunting down there. Just think about hunting some cans, some Americans. Oh, maybe they're soda cans, huh? A soda can, or you soda can? Maybe a pop can. How about soda tart? Is it soda or is it pop or is it Coke? I don't know. I don't drink any of that. Don't drink anything with carbonic acid in it that doesn't allow your whole proteins to separate in your gut bacteria. So you might want to study nutrition. Remember, a virus is not alive. People were afraid of a virus. Isn't that silly? I live in the stupidest generation. I cannot wait to die. Get out of this flesh. Go back to who I really am. This world is so silly right now. It's just lost in space. You're scared? Go to church. Goodbye. You don't want anything that's not allow your whole proteins to separate in your gut. That's what genetically modified food does to you. It doesn't allow your whole proteins to separate. That's why they're attacking your gut bacteria. Attacking your gut bacteria. So people don't know that. Remember, you are what you eat. Everybody forgot that. So like I said, I live in a world full of Satanists. I think about 98% of the people on this rock are Satanists because Satan means adversary, or they're antichrist because they think they live on a planet. There's no such thing as a planet. No such thing as Lucifer. All these words that they add to these books, you go back to the original text. There's none of the Lord, Master, Christ, Jesus. All that. What the hell are you talking about? Hell's not below your feet. Hell's the word bis, knowledge. Bis, bathos, busos. I told you I speak 100 language. Abyss is the word hell. Hell is the word knowledge. Bis is knowledge. Bathos, B-A-T-H-O-S, B-U-S-O-S, B-Y-S-S-S. That's knowledge. Write it down. Maybe you might learn something here. The A negates in the Greek, cancels, like the Alice symbol. So, forward. How about I'll speak some Hebrew for you? That means to pervert. Remember? Pervert, like in warp speed, like you're corkscrewing on a block, ball, planet through time and space. Then why the hell would you have to go to space? The logic of these people are, just cover your face with a face diaper and don't say anything. The government loves you. Go inside, flatten the curve. Remember all that nonsense? Push your buggy down the aisle and you won't get the P. Diddy bug. Remember? The P. Diddy oil daddy? That's Thump. Who do you think brought you that in warp speed? $2.2 trillion, the largest drug dealer ever by far. It outpaced any real estate, any. So. You're sick, Joseph. You're going to end up getting thrown in a box. You know that before you're going to get thrown in a cage. You don't realize they intern American citizens. I'm sure you're going to be one of those people you're on the Deagle. If you live in America, you know what the Deagle maps are? About 200 million Americans about to disappear before the end of the year. And it's not 2025, okay? We don't live in 2025. It's 2025. All you think is 2025, huh? None of you even know what year it is in here. You're sick. Look at these people. Goodbye, you swine. I don't sup with vipers. I don't cast my pearls in the mud. Get the hell out of here. Grow up, world. Stop being childish. You're supposed to be 7 things it says and do in the scriptures, correct? 7 is the number of maturity. Be mature. The whole world act like a bunch of children. Go inside, stand on the X. X, 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 666. 666 is not the number of the beast. It's the number of man. This world is so stupid. Everybody just falls for whatever, whatever they're fed by their government. You remember, mental mind control, government. So, and everybody supports it. Go find out. Christ stood up to the beast, the system, and they killed him. And so if nobody wants to kill you, you're not Christ-like. There we go. See, we got another drug pusher right there. Look, watch. If you come in here, watch how much people push drugs, just like Donald Trump. Just like Donald Trump. Watch it, guys. This world is sick. All people do is, low energy vibration, swine. He said, don't suffer. What do you think? Free will. No such thing as gods in the sky. Heaven's not above your head. Hell's not below your feet. You don't live on a planet. See all these things like, those are true. Alien is a word. Goodbye. Get out of here. You're a child. You're telling me that Chewbacca had Wookiee with Ewok. Now we got big feet. So I'll just moderate y'all out of here. I'll bring a moderator in here. We'll just moderate y'all out of here. How about that? No, I'm not going to turn the comments off. You have the right to remain silent. Assert your Miranda rights. Anything you say and do, because you leave the can, that's irrelevant from an evidentiary standpoint. Would anybody like to tell me in your Miranda rights anything you can do? What the hell does can have to do with it? You can, remember, take those 2 big feet. Chewbacca had Wookiee. Chewbacca had Wookiee with an Ewok. Now you got big feet. You can take those big feet and kick that can right down the road and take your ass with you. Your 4th point of contact. Swine. Demons, gods in the sky. Now they're going to put robots on everywhere. They think a computer 01015. Oh, they already gave it rights. Now they're going to whack everybody. Remember, I told you the Deagle maps. All these people are going to come in. They're just going to. It's their energy. This is what this stuff's going to track on your energy. This government knows everything you do. It's called the metadata. That's what it is. It's meta. Metaverse already here. Police state already here. Come on, there are more people locked up in America than all the other countries combined. How's that a free state? State. It's a corporation. It's not a country. They sell the labor of the stock, remember? They stake you to that stock exchange, and then you sell your yoke labor, and then you get cock rock like Bud Bob at the, Harold and Kumar eat cock meat sandwiches like an Oreo ride. They put the token in you because you're the token, right? That gets ridden like the horsey ride at the Kmart, the cock rocket, and yeah, you got to come in like double stuffed like an Oreo. Remember Big Bob eating cock meat sandwiches, getting face and ass raped by Bob's buddy behind, and you pay for it under the corporation called America. This is a business open for business on the stock exchange. It's Monday, right? So You want to be rude or crude in here? How about I tell you what's really going on? Then you tell you I don't hang around people who want to pay to get face and ass raped and then send the rest of the money to Ukraine and Iran. Oh, and Israel. Wait a minute. This is stupid. Oh, this. Do not cast your pearls before swine. Remember? Pigs, people in government, anybody who supports this system. That's what he stood up against. And they threw him in jail. You got any current charges against, they want to throw you in jail? Anybody trying to hang you from a tree? Nobody hung from crosses. Nobody carried crosses. Nobody knows anything about torture. That's why they just made everybody do the coronavirus, the respiratory, because they hung Christ back, stretched him back so he couldn't breathe on a tree. It's a torture machine. They're masters, the Romans, at torture. I can't breathe. What do you think 5G is? It's an oxygen and absorption wave. It has nothing to do with internet. It's a military grade. I'm a veteran, patent, military grade. Oh, they just cut the cables, right? Didn't I just hear some cable cutting? Didn't that Mr. I let the Biden, remember? Trump's behind buddy, they like to trade lightsabers in their eye soles, two cheeks, old two wings to the same dragon. They all go to the island. They're all island boys. Remember? Epipen Island boys with Billary. Everybody forgets Billary's in all this too. How she just get out all this? Remember all the 33,000 emails? Nobody's going to jail. Remember the whole Doge thing? All part of God's plan. That's right. Jesus Christ, Satan. So you better figure out who God is. The Most High I Am. Remember? Deities, little g gods. Remember they had burnt offerings to their dead ancestors for fortunes. They burn a man Christmas. Mass says the eating of human flesh, Jesus Christ. These people live in a world just spun. It's not 2025. God's not in the sky. Father creates all things. You have that right, but who in the hell is God? And the name doesn't matter. Her name is Shem in that book. Hallowed be, that means glorify, right? Raise up, edify, lift up. I'm going to come to history and use the word God. Who the hell is God? Hell's not below your feet. Hell's no knowledge. So it doesn't say God in any of the books I read. I read that 12th century book that was canonized by Constantine. I speak 100 languages, so I don't want to speak languages that are, he said, don't add a jot. Can you tell me what that is? Can you tell me what God is? What about jot? See, don't change words, Russell. He said, oh, blot. Jot, I'll blot your name out if you even add a period to my word. So we got more swine in here. Look, you'll know them by fruit. Do not judge them by their cover. You will know them by their fruit. So notice these other people are going there, Russell, but you're still in here. Okay? There's no such, who created Earth? What is Earth, Russell? Let me see if you even know what you're talking about. It's not 2025, Russell. You're a lunatic if you think it's 2025. Russell, answer my question. What is a jot? I'm going to bounce you out of here if you can't keep up. I know you created the Earth. You're an idiot. Earth's not below your feet. Goodbye. You're an idiot. Earth is a rule. You can't serve two masters. Remember that? The heavens are the ruling class, not above your head. So, Russell, you want to answer my question before I throw you out of here? I'm trying to give you I don't mourn. Don't mourn. Don't come in this ministry and mourn. 420, like Hitler's birthday. Adolf, the one locked in the pit, the seventh king. Is that what you're 420? Because what you smoking? Are you hitting that electric dragon dick? Hitting your vaporizer? Embalming fluid. You embalming yourself? Using one of those glycol? Well, no wonder they just toxify the people's self. No wonder they say what they say. Lord, watch what I love. I love doing this. This is such a thank you, Father, for Most High. I am. So, for your garden? Okay, cool. Well, remember, just try to remember that. I got a garden too. I love my ladies. So, they're alive. Remember, they're a lady. Each one of them is alive. You can't put them all on the same drip pot and make them all. That's turning it into something that it's never been. So, thank you, Father, for it's my favorite kind of thing to farm out here at the farm. We farm all kinds of things. We raise hogs, chickens, goats, rabbits. Have cows here too. Not any right now, but all right. Yeah. But don't sup with vipers. Don't cast your pearls before swine, Christine. You can't turn the hearts to seek after me. Not one of them would. You ain't going to make anybody go to Jesus. You can't accept Christ. We don't mourn in here, just so you know. Get that. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, you do. You understand me. Your words count. So careful what you speak into this time, place, and space. Right? Get out of my space. Top of the day to you. How you doing? Just change your dialect. You don't have to change. I'm just saying it helps. Changes the vibration. You understand? I know you should overstand, not understand. So words are very important. He spoke all this into existence. So just trying to help you out a little bit. Just point out what I see. I could just sit here and talk all day and not address any one of you. But that's all right. Wouldn't make the channel what it is. So might learn something. Get a piece of paper, write it down. Abyss is knowledge. Hell is no knowledge. It's not below your feet. Heaven's not above your head. Heaven's the ruling class. Earth is the ruled. So you'll live on a planet. There's no such word as planet. That doesn't exist. There's no planets. What the hell is wrong with these people? No knowledge. Especially what's in that book. You don't want to add a jot. Remember, that's a dot. Now they live on that jot. Blew it up with helium like NASA, the largest, purchaser of helium, and they live on it. Planet of the Apes, I guess, right? Oh, wait, Chewbacca had Wookiee with an Ewok. Now we got apes. I mean, big feet. I want to write it down. I have a brain like a quantum computer, and I wish I could just die so I can get rid of it. So I can just go back to the flesh is what makes me who I am now, and I don't want to be that. So what my dad, death's already written, so I can't be killed until Father wants me to die. I'm telling you, all our days of death are written. So you got to endure to the end to be saved. Remember that? Sozo, the Greek word salvation, to be picked up, carried from beginning point to an ending point, healed. Yep. Oh, it'll all get taken care of after you die. He'll pour out a just measure. Remember accounting, criminal, a term of accounting, a budget, commerce. Remember all crimes in America are crimes of commerce. It's a corporation. It's not a country. So can you keep up? Can you do a budget, ledger, write it down? You want to get out like a spreadsheet maybe or something? A little Microsoft, remember a virus, computer virus, 010010110. They think a computer's alive. It's a math problem. Even in scripture, it says there's no gods in the sky. Father Most High is not in the sky. He said to meet him in the sky. Huh? The skies will roll back like a scroll. In the age of deception, remember? Noah? They'll be unaware like a woman in labor. It says sorrows. Nothing's going to get great again. That's Antichrist. Peace and safety. Those who say peace and safety, sudden destruction will come. Oh, that's why we keep going to war now, huh? Bending you over like a taco shell. Mr. Department of War. These people don't even realize we're at full-blown World War III, and they're like, oh, well, I'm just going to go get some Netflix. I like blogging on here. I'll be writing, 1,000 years from now when I keep coming back, about 2,000 years, like, oh, well, I was video blogging on the interweb, getting all these people making them chase the golden carrot, catching them in my worldwide net here, world. They thought they lived on a planet, spinning on a ball. Oh, they're on a block, they're on a rock, spinning corkscrewing on a ball at 1,040 miles an hour through time and space. Well, then why the hell would you have to go to space? I mean, they all just stood on an X. They did exactly what they were told to do. Push your buggy down here. You won't get the bug in this direction. Nope, push your old buggy, your cart down there. Go get your box bagged and flavored poison, canned too. We do canned poison, and they paid to kill themselves, poison themselves. It was incredible. You guys gotta look back in history because we're all eternal and go, whoa, that was the stupidest generation. Remember they used to fight over kingdoms and metals, precious metals. Seeing the price of money, silver, $41 or something like that. That's a steal. That's fire sale prices. It doesn't have anything to do with dollars. It's about purchasing power. But these people couldn't concentrate like orange juice. The guy with a glove or the guy who went to get his shit back. Maybe the guy who whacked his wife or never mind. Just write it down. Keep up. I'm so mean. Oh, well, goodbye. You know what the word nice means? To be stupid. Look it up. Goodbye. Oh, we got a Mr. Tell for review. We'll just definitely won't. We'll let YouTube just get rid of all the messages there for review. Thank you, Father. All right. God's not in the sky. It's not 2025. You can't be saved. There's no such thing as free will. There's no such thing as luck. It's Father Nature and Father Time. There's no mother that's your brothers and sisters, and your mother are those that do the will of the Father. Those aren't gods in the sky. Sons of God are doing the will of the Father. Fallen doesn't mean from the sky. He said to meet him in the sky, and that's not in the sky. You might want to go back and read the scripture. You change one jot, now they live on that jot dot ball planet. That's stupid, man. Come on. Where's that a line? It says don't even add a jot. Now you live on it. You blew it up, and you got, what are you spinning? You got all this water attached to your little balls, or ball. You can take your big feet. Remember I said, you told me Chewbacca had Wookiee with an Ewok, right? No, I said that. Now we got big feet. I told you live on Planet of the Big Feet or Planet of the Apes. Maybe it's a barrel full of monkeys. I want to search your Fifth Amendment in here, assert your right to remain silent. Remember anything? If you're scared, go to church, Andrew. Goodbye, child. You afraid of the dark? Nobody's ever afraid of the dark. Nobody slept for 8 hours. Remember, they navigated by the moon. Remember Jacob, a man, his family, Israel, the 12 houses of Israel. Oh, I got some religious people in here, don't I? I rebuke religion. I love the word. I'm in love with the word. I'm a bride. That's all I care about is the wedding feast of the lambs. David declared them the Lamb of God. Remember? That makes Father the Ram. Don't be an idiot in here. I'll throw you out of here. I don't have to sup with vipers. I have the ability to moderate. He said, do not sup. Show them to the narrow way if they're in the broad way. Most people are in the broad way. That's the gate that leads to hell, the wide gate. Oh, look at that. We got a power spike. Maybe it's the moon. I'm off the grid, so I don't have I'm not hooked up to a smart meter or your microwave. I don't hope you don't eat microwave food, or your microwave talks to your toaster and then to your refrigerator reports to the NSA. We don't mourn in here. You sound like a tweaker. You sound like a drug pusher. I'm pretty sure they're going to shoot you out of the boat. Death. Remember those people in the boat, the 11 people, your body's a vessel. You push drugs on people. You're a drug pusher, like Donald Trump, the #1 drug dealer, $2.2 trillion. And they got you programmed just like a virus, which is not alive. You can't serve two masters. You're dead to me. Goodbye, child. Quit pushing drugs on people. I hate the government. Govern is mind control, and they got you pushing drugs just like they push more drugs on anybody. You know what Afghanistan is? Center of the earth. Goodbye. There's no such thing as aliens. That is a word. No gods in the sky. Stop doing your sky daddy Jesus nonsense. Go back and read the word. If you're not aligned with it, or you say any swine in here, throw you out. Thy kingdom come. I can go on and on, but remember the wedding, thy kingdom come. He said, Revelation 3:11, let no one take your, was it crown? Remember? He said, probably not. 2 kings, 2 crowns, but they just had their no kings ritual. They're like, remember Solomon? But I don't know how many talents gold was that. Remember, it's supposed to be refined like gold and silver. So, thy kingdom come. Where do you put your treasure? You can leave it on this rock, or you'll remember he's a snare. He came in head first. You can leave foot first. Remember? Oh, you're gonna leave by your feet. It's gonna, yeah. Carried, lifted from beginning point to an ending point, healed. That's the word sozo, salvation. To be saved, you have to die. To be saved, dead, and then be resurrected, lifted, beginning point, ending point, carried, and then healed. Can't be, nobody's healed. That's all. See, that's all that religious nonsense. People are idiots. Only the prophets back then, they could speak in one language anybody could, that's the word itself, but one language anybody could understand it, right? Lay hands on the sick. They're like, go inside, flatten the curve. Fear, fear, fear. Love the government. We got the cure. Remember, warp speed, 2.2 trillion. It's going to go down in history, and people are not going to speak up to it. And Christ spoke up to the law, and they killed him for it. So if nobody wants to kill you, then you're not Christ-like. You're antichrist. You're either with Christ, you're antichrist. You add one jot, you're an antichrist. Not the antichrist. That's the 7th king. That's one locked in the pit. The one that Donald Trump has his house decorated with. Mithra, Jesus Christ, the God with 3 genders. That's why they want the booby Jesus, whatever you want to call him. My father doesn't have flesh. My father birthed his son to fill the Gentile nation, and he didn't have breasts, but they love doing their breasts. You know, guys like, ooh, you know, I'm like, she got the fire down below. I know they're like, they don't care. They're just caught up on circles, you know. Here we go around in circles, you know. They think they're spinning on a ball. Remember, way to fly high like a bird up. They think God's in the sky. Father, I am is Christ in you, brothers and sisters. Your body's a temple. Put that light at the top of your house. and let it shine. He said, do not hide that light in a basket. Remember, he's the horizo, the separator of the light and the dark. That's the word horizo. Remember, I'm the separator. I'm the divider. The separator is the scorpizo or the horizo. Oh, wait, what? They both cause the what? That's, you can't condemn under this testament. Remember, you could go have sex with your sister, be fruitful, multiply. That's all Old Testament. We're not into this new covenant. Somebody had to die for a will to be valid, right? To receive the inheritance. What's your inheritance? He's the prize. You're supposed to be running towards him. Shiloh. The scepter shall not depart from Judah until Shiloh returns. I'll pour out a just measure. When at the seventh trump, the final seal shall fall. Ram's horn. This is all scripture, but these people speak religion. Remember? Bring any of your pastors, deacons, reverends, biblical scholars to me. I'll show you don't know the gospel, the Hokadesh, the way to the Hamashiach, remember, is the only way to I am. He said, before Abraham was I am. Be comforted, Peter. I am the Aleph, the Alpha. I am the leader and the ox. Remember Shem, the law, Ham, Shem, and Japheth. Second born, remember the inheritance that I was just telling about? Esau, he killed his brother Nimrod. Jesus Christ, birthed in the middle of the winter. Satan, the sun god, born on December 25th. This is what the whole world does. The 2025 Jesus, the 25 come in and accept some Jesus, come in and get saved. You got to die to be saved. Can't be saved. Save is the word sozo, salvation, S-O-C. I won't read the words. They'd read some other gospel. Paul said another gospel. Remember, in either translated name of their transgender Jesus with three balls, Jesus, two breasts and horns and hoof, horn, and beast. Man, beast, and woman. I'm just playing with it. I can say that in order. I'm just... Prognosko is the Greek word. Remember Romans 8:29, I separated my tribe, my inheritance already from the foundation of the world. I created vessels of wrath fitted for destruction from the foundation of the world. Not earth is not... He created the earth as a rule. Heavens are the ruling class. He created the heavens and earth. That's not above your head or below your feet. But everybody's dialect has been, well, it says watered down milk. I'm giving you the meat. It says when you find something like this, to give me 10% of your money, your tithes, your earnings. I don't want your money. I want people's time, but I'm not going to sup with vipers. He said, rebuke them. Do not cast your pearls before swine. So, yes, they do. The wrong sun. Remember, they thought the sun was dying. They prayed to Kronos, Saturn, the time marker. You know what a magi is? I'm a magi, if you know what that is. Remember, this is a magi. Remember the magi? They were not three. They gave three gifts. Christ was almost 3 years old. The celebration of birth is a celebration of Satan. And there's only 2 birth dates in all of Scripture. One's Herod. He was trying to, remember, kill Christ. The other one is Satan. Jesus Christ, born on December 25th. That's how stupid the world is. You don't need to be religion to figure that out. That's your swastika. The pit. The 1945 ritual they're doing on everybody right now, 923, World War II equals World War III. And they're doing everything. If you took Mr. Warp Speed's list and you took Adolf's, he's doing everything that he did. Yeah, and camping people, they're starting, and it's happening already. People are like, no, Team America. Imagine being on the other end of all these, military for the last 50 plus years, having to pay for oil with the US dollar, like the money changers in Scripture. Father's not good. This nation will not fare well at all. I'm trying to exit as soon as I possibly can, but I've had some legal things with my son and stuff. I don't just want to bail on him. And now my son's probably dead, and the cops are involved with his potential murder, and I can't even report his body. Every time I do, I've been thrown in jail, literally by the cops for reporting my son dead. I've been threatened over and over again. They just told me to leave, go, and we'll pretty much, we'll leave it alone, but I won't. I'm a veteran. I took an oath to the Constitution. Not a flag. I shit and piss on flags. I apologize for cursing, but it's a bunch of crap. Oh, good, you're falling asleep. Good, that's exactly what Father wants you to do. Be retarded. It'll fall on deaf ears, and you'll just go right back into your stupor. So anyways, I have a daughter and son that's missing, so I'm not happy about that. But Father creates all things, so I'm not worried about it. I just have to deal with it. Life's not Burger King. You can't always have it your way. So anyways, moving on. As soon as I can exit, I will, because this is war, and you're not going to escape judgments anywhere on this rock. It's all flesh. So I just don't want to be in America, because it just doesn't, The people have lost origin of this country was escaping Christmas, escaping orgy. Well, Christmas is an orgy. Remember 1492, Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue, Nina Pinta, Santa Maria. They were fleeing the Catholics, Satanists, communion, Christians. They follow that. The Papa Pope, he says, call no man father. Baptists, Mormons, religions. He said the Most High doesn't dwell in temples made by hands. He always declares two witnesses, what makes it a contract. Remember, we're not bound by law. We're destined. People don't know the difference because they don't read the word prohorizo. The ones he pre-selected. Remember, I already said he separated the dark from the light, the goats from the sheep, vessels of wrath from the foundation of the world, vessels of mercy, those who'll call out in the book of life, the Lamb's book of life, Father of the Ram. Remember, sent his son. He said, I'm going to go to where my father's house is at. It's a mansion. It's many, many mansions, right? And we'll prepare that place. And he's still preparing. People will not prepare for anything. He's still preparing. Noah, 126 years, he built an ark. The world called him crazy. Remember? Not a drop. Not rain, one drop. Remember? Nothing. Imagine that in that day. Dude, crazy old man building an ark. Do you have an ark? I have an ark. He told me to build an ark. I got a 50-foot ark. I do, to protect the word. Took me 4 years to dig it by hand. It's an ark in the ground. Different kind of ark for this time. You know, we're going to get rocked by the sun. then they worship it. So our magnetosphere, the U.S. Navy's already came out, the one who patented 5G. An oxygen absorption wave, 60 gigahertz, 60 millimeter wave. It doesn't have anything to do. It's a military weapon. Remember, Father, forgive them, but remember, you have to be rebuked by Father, walk in repentance, and then forgiven, for they know what that they do. So these people are idiots. You haven't dug an ark, bro? Don't call me your brother, swine. I'll give you one more goodbye. Faith. You're so stupid. Seriously, it's on this channel and you couldn't go do any homework or anything of your own. Goodbye. So now they can go look for himself instead of talking smack up the side of his neck. So it's all right. No upset at anybody. Just waiting to die. Enjoying my time. I'm living the American dream. If anybody's living the American dream in America right now, there is one man who's doing it, and it's me. Irregardless if they killed my son and daughter or not. You're supposed to stand up to this beast system. Christ did, and they jailed him and hung him and beat him and whipped him. And if none of those things had happened in your life, you're a religious idiot. And idiot means you just don't know. Okay, it's not an insult. Idiotas, ignoramus. You better start defining what comes out of your face. You're not even supposed to change a letter in that book. That's a yod, and that doesn't say it says a jot or a tittle. That's the punctuation, like a period. Remember? And then they live on that period now. They're on their moon. You ever heard that term? No, they live on a ball planet spinning at 1,040 miles an hour, right? Or a rock block, third dimension from the sun. Oh, in the third dimension. Corkscrewing through time and space. That's got to be the stupidest thing ever, man. People love it. They were potentially murdered by Marshal Radonich, and I've already tried to report their bodies over and over, and they keep either giving me charges or arresting me or keeping the threaten to throw me in jail because I'm a prior law enforcement officer. I pointed out that the cops in my town deal drugs, just like how do you think the drugs get into prisons? I've worked in a prison. They don't want people pointing this out. The farmers in this town, they're very wealthy and they pay the cops off because they want the drugs too. And I don't want them in my town. You don't shit in my backyard. So you put your pant legs on one leg at a time like me. I was a police officer, special weapons and tactics trained by Metro, the #1 SWAT team in America, in Honolulu, building entry. You know, I don't want to get, see it, whatever, but it is what it is. Father created all things. All I can do is hope that I can't even report him missing. These are people who came out. You want to see what they did to me? It's on the live stream here. I live streamed the whole SWAT raid. This person wanted to see proof. I don't want to show you proof, but go see what they did to my son. They shot him. You can hear him. He has his hands in the air and they shot him anyways. They arrested my daughter without a warrant. That's a kidnapping. Grenaded my son and daughter. That's how they came in here. That's an illegal. I used to special weapons. I was a prior investigator, police officer, military police in the Army. They don't like me because I stand up. I took a note to the Constitution. I don't stop serving. Remember, defend this country against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Well, there's domestic enemies on the homeland. It's called the government. And I've been pointing this out since I was in law enforcement. Like I said, you know, you're supposed to serve your community servant. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to serve the people. And I already would have sued the county and the state because I have civil lawsuits, but I don't think it's right to make the taxpayer pay for their criminal community servants. They're supposed to be serving. When I served, I couldn't put my hands on a woman. My safety was not as important as her Fourth Amendment. You know, a song called Fuck the Firefighter, have you? Because a firefighter, like a veteran, is willing to lose his life. He or she run into a building burning and save your cat, wife, husband, maybe even they don't think about it, right? That's what a servant does. They're not worried. All cops worry about is officer safety all day long. I'm going home. And that's not how a law enforcement officer is supposed to be serving in a community service. I'm well versed in the law. I know this, you know what I'm saying? And so they targeted my son. And I believe that he was unalive because my daughter, if she was alive right now, could file a lawsuit and sue the state of Oregon for kidnapping. Or I have all the evidence. I've taken it. I have an attorney right now. You know, I have a court date coming up in a couple of weeks. They'll probably come out here and whack me before then. But I don't have to worry about it because, Father, my day of death is already written. They already came here to kill me. Look, they grenaded me in the face. I have the grenade pins. You know, go watch it. The live streams on the playlist. Look what they did. I'm a constitutionalist, not sovereign. Sovereign means you're above the law. Father created the law. So they have, remember, they have the right to, I don't know, go back and look at this. I don't want to get on this. I want to get out of here, child. Stop causing alarm. You're an idiot. You're not a messenger. I'm a messenger. I'm an angel and I'm a magi. So don't come in here. I am revelation. Okay. I've been arrested under the name. That's, you want to give me my name? My name is Pastor. I minister this apocalypse daily on this platform, and you're not going to find this anywhere else. And I'm not special. I'm just a dude that Father made, and we're all, many are called, but few are chosen. Remember, chosen means prognosko is the Greek word to mean have foreknowledge of. They speak a different dialect. They attack you, and that's what's supposed to happen to you. And they attacked my son, and they attacked my daughter, and literally assaulted and battered them. And I'm very blessed to even had the years that I had with my son, because I told him that before. I told him, you're going to shoot. They're going to shoot you if you don't. And he knew it. It was only because my son loves the word, and that I told him before that we have to do this for Father, even like the thief on the cross, son. You know, there's a bigger cause going on here, and he knows it, and he did. And I remember when they came in here, because you can hear them interrupt. It's on the live stream. You know, Dad, I don't want to go to prison. He was so scared with his wife in there, and I didn't know they'd already grenaded my son and daughter. They came in and just grenaded my son and daughter. And that's not, and they have all the evidence because I live stream. It's all on this platform, brothers and sisters. It's almost like I did get shot that day. No, I don't want to convert to somebody who's okay with touching kids, like Mr. Warp Speed there, right? Because nobody wants to talk about that. Why do you think they struck 3 steel buildings with 2 airplanes? Yeah, so we can go into war. I'm a veteran. It's not okay to touch kids. And dudes over here, burkas over here. So don't worry, a bunch of Americans are idiot. You know, they like to do the same thing over here in America, just like you. Do you know who wrote the Quran? Do you know who wrote the Quran? The Catholics wrote the Quran. You ever read it in your life? Probably not. Amar. You're an idiot. Get out of here. Catholics wrote the Quran. You're an idiot. You don't even know what you're talking about. It's not okay to touch children, ever have sex with children or touch children. Get out of here. They're still touching kids at airports. Get out of here, you swine. I don't eat pork. Why wouldn't a Muslim not eat pork? You're an idiot. We're not under that covenant. You can eat whatever you want under this. Yeah, goodbye. You're sick in the head. It's never okay to touch children. I'm a pride is a sin under this covenant. Thank you for showing everybody yes, you're admitting you don't have any Hamashiach. The only way to do the Father is through the Son. It's not okay to touch kids. Get out of here. Oof. Okay, anyways, I got kids, guys. See what I'm saying? I'm standing up for your. See, things like this is people don't like that. The Catholics wrote the Quran. Go look it up. Muslims, Catholic, priest. Tammuz was the son of Satan. When Christmas married Easter, Ishtar, remember Christmas died? She had sex with her son. Grow up. They're taking and cutting body parts off of our kids and sewing them on. Jax wants, Jill's pocket, and Jill wants Jack's button. This is stupid. Shut up in here if you're going to sit there and even questioning anything. How about the pretending? He's a PDF file, so we know he touches kids. What are you going to say about that? Yeah, baby. Woo! Passion. Kuzari. You're not seeing it. There we go. What is your infatuation with children? Stop talking about children. This is an adult-only chat. To be 7 is the number of maturity. Stop acting like a child. It's never okay to touch a kid. I don't care if you're a Catholic, a Muslim, or what you are. You're a Satanist. That's the adversary. You don't have sex with kids. Grow up. Don't talk about it, or I'll moderate you out of here. The Quran was written by Catholics, Satanists. Holy Mary, let's get out of here. Here, somebody want to answer me? Why don't Muslims eat pork? What the hell does that have to do with the new covenant? And how are they related to Aaron and Levite? Because I'm going to call these fake Hebrew Israelites out too. Oh, you're from the tribe of Ham, but you want to act like you're from the tribe of Judah? I'm 100 million billion years old. You're not going to, I don't eat pork. I don't eat pork, okay? But under this covenant, it's not what goes in a man that we're like a child. We'll just stick whatever we can, and we've eaten almost everything. I understand the dietary laws. I said I'm eternal, so I know exactly what, diabetic. No, I live off my land. I'm a farmer. I don't eat sugar. So, cool. So you can eat all the pork you want, brothers, sisters, under this covenant. I'll move on. These people are idiots. I don't like people that touch kids, and my kids are going to be dead right now. So I'm not okay with your kids. I care about your kids, and you don't even you know what I'm saying? So, brothers, we're all eternal. Try to remember that. I eat butt nuggets, about 6 to 8 a day. Chicken eggs, fresh chicken eggs. I try to give this superfood as high as much protein as I can. We're at war. I want to have my body as much. I try to stay and not eat any sugar. Very little, if any. It's super strong if you do eat it. It makes you acidic, makes you lethargic. You know what I'm saying? So I don't deal with people who are swine, low energy, and I get them out of there. This world is very sick right now, brothers, sisters. You have your own chickens? Outstanding. Yes. Do you believe in welfare? You can't believe in anything, Tommy. You don't even know what you're talking about. Did you even go to school at all? Did you listen in school? And I'm not trying to belittle you. You know what I'm saying? Do you know what the word believe means? No. You can't believe in Jesus or God. That's not what the word believe means. So do you even charity? Giving without having to even want anything back? Let me ask you that. How about you answer my question first? And I'll go fully into your question. I have no issues answering your questions if they're not swine. Yeah, you're swine. Doing Legos, playing with blocks, spinning on a block. I love it. But anyways, I seem like a homeschooled farm boy. No, I grew up in the concrete jungle, having to fight to get my lunch money to school by all races, right? No, one race, the human race. Don't act like a nigger in here. Nigger's a word, like alien's a word. White niggers, black niggers, red niggers, brown niggers. Remember? All niggers. Fucking idiots, man. So, thank you, Tova, for your continued support of this ministry. I apologize for my cursing. It's just what it is. I'm going to get out of America, and I'm not going to curse anymore. As soon as I get out of America, we move down south, get this ministry. There's no more. We'll go right back to what we were before, so. I want to grow food. I'm a farmer. I want to grow food. I raise food. I grow my own medicine. I don't use narcotics. I don't do any of that. You can do whatever the hell you want, but don't come in here and be pushing drugs on people, and don't be pushing slime ball comments, because this is a ministry. And if you're going to use some kind of words, it better produce some fruit in here. One bad apple upsets the whole apple cart. He told us, show to the door. If you're in the broad way, show you to the narrow way. That is the word hados. Oh, I got what I wanted from this stream. Oh, you got to glean. Remember what gleaning is? very disturbed person. Okay, Quasimodo. Goodbye there, Nanu, Shazbot, High Priest of the Satan Church, those who say peace and safety, sudden destruction will come, High Priest, MAGA. I would love to go to Mexico. God, I'd like to be in Mexico right now. I really would. I love Hispanic people. I grew up predominantly Latino. I was born in Los Angeles. I need to get better poquito español, no más. So, muy más. I need to get around the people, and my Spanish will come back. So I love Hispanic people, más familia than these whip crackers here in America who, want to. I talked to a guy that we were at the Home Depot, and he was just down there in Mexico. He had a little short school van and had 2 surfboards that said fuck ice on the side of it. And I went, I got to talk to that young guy. He said, yeah, fuck ISIS. We got that in America, right? These gang thugs rolling around with badges that you can go get off Amazon. If I wanted, like, if I, and I'm not, this is not a threat. Watch how stupid people are right now. They'll blow you up if you talk about drugs. If you got drugs, right? We'll just blow you up in international waters. But if I didn't like somebody right now, okay, I could take and get their IP address. I could go get 5 guys. We could all order this Amazon badges. We could just go fucking kidnap anybody in America right now, and not a mother thing could be done about it. No, it's just, you seen the way that people are acting. If you watched it, so you were an asshole to somebody in high school. They've been waiting for this day to just come unalive your ass, take you up to the woods and waterboard you or something. People better be careful who they're talking to now. We don't live in a world where you can run from anything. You're on here on the net. I got you. Me and my 5 buddies are over there with our ISIS badges. ISIS, Mujahideen, Al Qaeda. We already got road raiders, a standing army, state troopers. Remember, I used to be one of these people, city cops, deputies, sheriffs. So they raid the people and just extort the people. There's a guaranteed 80% occupancy. And because people think America's unsafe, like Mexico's beautiful, guys. Look, I want to show you something here real quick. Look at a neighborhood. Go film a neighborhood in America, and then go down to Mexico and tell me that it's not all on iPads, kids out playing it. Fuck America. There's no life. It's a zombie. America's a fucking, put a fork in her, she's done. I know. I remember there was bustling neighborhoods when everybody owned their own homes, but that was, before 2000. That was a long time ago. A lot's happened. It's went from everybody playing. I used to sell food, and I would do deliveries, and I would go out in the neighborhoods and see but everybody owned their homes back then. Now it's all Halbert and all that. It's renters here that nobody even knows their neighbor anymore. You could fart and your neighbor could smell it, and you don't even know your neighbor. The only way you know your neighbor because you're in there like, yeah. She's like, no, you're banging. She really means yes, right? You guys are having a good time, right? The neighbors over there are like, oh my God, I heard her making noises, and I know that guy's got a gun, and now you get SWAT raid. You're trying to have a good time with your old lady. And yeah, she means yes when she's really screaming no, you know what I'm saying? And banging in the, whoa, they got me banging on the counter, on the sofa. It wasn't me, right? Now you got a SWAT team in your house, right? I mean, come on, guys. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy. Well, how's that? Pass the gas. Neighbor's like, oh, I see your one and raise your one. You guys got like a poker game going back and forth. It's getting ridiculous, guys. We need to have this guy. Okay, I'll go back to what I'm saying. Fuck ISIS. I go over there. I talk to him. He's in his 20s, right? He's kind of got like a little bit of a, kind of like a half mohawk. So he's real tan because I get super tan too. Like I have Hispanic people, like black people go, God, yeah, man, you would look nigger. Like, what are you talking about? Man, you got dark. You got real melanated skin. And I get dark in the sun. I grew up in the sun. So, but anyways, he's got this fuck ISIS on the side of his, or ICE, okay? So Oyabi doesn't, he's not afraid, okay, of the beast. And he just came from Mexico, okay? So I'm not going to answer any comments. I'm not looking at the chat. So I talked to him, and I'm with Kevin, who's here, because I'm trying to get Kevin to now I think he's just going to stay here. I think Kevin's just going to stay here and hold the ministry down, and that's fine. He can do. He don't have to go. I already told him I'll go down there. We'll get the Ecuador ministry set up. I'll get everything growing, and you come visit. He's just got a lot. He's building his cabin. I've been doing 3 cabins over here, and he's building his, and I just so many things to do. It's unreal how much I can get done and still put as much time as I do here. But I'm retired, so I don't have to worry about working. I have one 20-acre parcel that I have a payment on, and I think that's the one that I'm going to go ahead and sell it. I think they killed my son, so
I don't think he's coming back. And that was his. That's the one he wanted. And my daughter, they were going to move there. How did my son and daughter going from moving here? Now they hate me so much that I've never heard from them for what? My son's been missing and daughter now since September, a whole year, And they want to go look for him. I try to file a mystery report. They throw me in jail. I file a mystery report. I called the cops to look for my son. They throw me in jail. Just 3 or 5 days ago, by my paid counsel, was a very expensive attorney, paid him, and he told me call the state police since they won't go look for him in the county. You got to report it in the county he went missing in, and they threatened to throw me in jail. Wouldn't go get the 40 pounds of silver, the gold that I had. This is a retirement to buy this ministry and then go down and have some retirement money. I work hard for what I have. I work. I don't have a job like 9 to 5. I buy, I sell. I'm a farmer. I work on things. I build things. I'm doing cabin rentals. I built 3 cabins out here, wanting people to come out here 10 years ago and learn how to live in the geothermal to cut off and get a zero cost of living and not worry about bills and get 3 or 4 hours of work in a day and then go the rest of the day, or maybe 2 or 3. You could have somebody cover you and get rid of, become your own power company, buy your own system, buy a charge controller, power inverter, wind turbine. Now your power is taken care of. Drill a well. You can drill wells. You can also drill a well by yourself, have a well drill. Now your water's done. Food, raise your food. Now what do you need? Now just enjoy life. You got to farm, you got to take care of it, but now you're not punching the clock, trading dollars for hours. You're always lose because you get taxed. Remember, you got a gross and a net, and it makes me sick. What you take home, you get taxed on that, and then you drive home your gas tax and your car tax, and you throw some, call the old lady and get taxed on that. You go home and get taxed. This is ridiculous. So back to fuck ICE on the side of the road. He's driving down. I stop or whatever, the Home Depot there, and talked to this young man, and he said he had just come from Chipotle, because I'm telling Kevin about Mexico, okay? And fuck you if you think it's Gulf of America. Get the fuck out of my chat if you think it's the Gulf of America right now. Any one of you fucking people thinking here it's Gulf of America, it's time for you to get out of here. Put Gulf of America so I can get you out of here. Right now, I smell swine in here. I smell swine, brothers, sisters. I really do. I don't want to be around people who support this. If we're going to make it Gulf of America, then we're going to turn back California to Mexico and Texas to Mexico, right? Anyways, so he's a young man. He's obviously from America. He went down there. I'm talking with him. And I'm talking with Kevin, and he said he was down there, and he said he met a girlfriend down there, and he says, I think I'm going to marry her. And he's, and he's really, I like his energy. He's just, he's tan, and he's in the sun, and he's, he looks healthy, right? He's got fuck ice, and so I go talk. Yeah, so I talked to Kevin about Mexico, and I said, because I've been trying to tell Kevin, people in America, they don't realize you can take your American money out of this country and still keep your, I bought this. Yeah, Viva Mexico. Yeah, this is bullshit. Anyways, I want to talk. But so, anyways, he said that he had spent $17 at Chipotle, and then I said, "Hey, can I ask you a favor? Because I'm trying to convince, this is my brother in Christ, that we need to go down there and take, because he's retired too. He's got money. I don't have money. I have land, and I had quite a bit of gold and silver, but I've had to sell it, or it got taken from this old whatever by the guy who think I killed." Part is who killed my son, and I've been reporting this for quite some time. Pay your power. What are you talking about? Pay your power. Yeah, pay a power bill. Yeah, pay a power bill. Have a power bill. Pay taxes on a power bill. Be like this person. Are you on a smart meter there, Dylan? You on a smart meter? I know, it's so stupid, huh? Your toaster talks to your refrigerator, reports to the NSA. But okay, so he's 17 dollars he spent on Chipotle. And I say, Kevin, hey, I said, do me a favor. I said, how long would that tell him, appreciate it too. Much Agape. And Blue, thank you so much. I appreciate the donations. Remember, and all that's just going, actually, I got to try to get the vehicle fixed. Okay. And it's ministry. It's eventually everything's gonna be put in ministry's name, and that way it can't be taxed or taken with what's coming. I'm working as diligently as I can here. Yeah, that's stupid. I hate this country so much. I hate what they're doing with this country. I hate what the people who just stand around and allow their own citizens now. Because remember, it's not even just people who are from outside the country, their own citizens. And I don't care if you have a piece of paper. Fuck you. If you think somebody doesn't have a piece of paperwork, put that in. So I get rid of you too. You're telling me somebody has a piece of paper, they've been here for 20, 30 years, you're going to kick them out of here? Get the fuck out of here, man. That's not even having any humanity. That's just inhumane. So um, I understand they committed rape or murder or armed robbery or something, fine. But that's what Mr. Warp Speed, right? It's all by the plan. So I ain't trying to change anything, but it's kind of stupid, like I said. So let's go back to what I was saying. He says $17 would last him a whole week in Mexico, brothers and sisters. He ate one meal in America, and that $17 will last him all week. So I said, Kevin, see what I'm saying? I want to take Kevin to Ecuador where there's $1 and $2 plates of food with some arango, some juice, some in real food, not all this genetically modified, disgusting, poison, box bagged and canned flavored poison that we pay for. The vegetables all been sprayed with fluoride, chloridated, grown in chloridated water. Look at the suits they spray. This look like COVID suits. Yeah, capitalism. Father hates capitalism, brothers and sisters. Father hates pride. Father doesn't want one above another. Remember. This is corporatocracy is what it is, what we see here. It's a corporation, open for business on the stock exchange. So, brothers and sisters, if you don't want to leave the country, that's why I paid off this ministry. Do you understand? There's people here in America that can't leave. If you listen to me, I'm not bailing on you, my brothers and sisters in America. I'm trying to set up a South American ministry. I have been here a long time, okay? I have served this country. I have the honorable discharge. It's not honorable to serve this beast. You know what I'm saying? You're getting inflation. We are the only country that has an inflation creation machine. They print $1 trillion every 100 days. If you came back here every day and gave me $1 million, you'd have to come back here for 360,000 years. Do you realize, brothers and sisters, that's taking the future generations? Thank you for the tithe to the ministry. So, brothers and sisters, if you can't leave America, I know, I'm not banning you. I'm going to still serve you, but I need to get out of this country. I need to get a break from America. I curse a lot when I'm in this country because it stresses me out. I have a son that could be dead and missing, and I can't even follow a police report. These are the same people that SWAT raided my house, and I have all the evidence. Whatever happened to innocent until proven guilty. I don't have a record. I'm just a dad. I'm a veteran. I have prior laws. I'm boisterous. I'm a constitutionalist, but I ain't broke any laws. They come in here and batter and grenade my son and daughter illegally. And I can't even get these people to take me to even look at the evidence. It's been 16 months. My son is 465 days just a couple of days ago, guys. And it's not, I have it all documented. I know what discovery is. In a Sixth Amendment trial, you have under the right of discovery, the suppression of evidence. They cannot suppress any evidence, your discovery at trial. It's like, oh, look, we got this on him. No, you have the chance on both sides. Both, remember, the defendant and you have to go over the evidence, both sides. So I get all discovery from all witnesses. I have not been given anything, brothers, sisters, nothing, no legal for, was it 14 months or something? They provided me nothing filed, which is obviously a due process and a violation of my Sixth Amendment fair and speedy trial. I know these rights, you know what I'm saying? I'm not violent. I didn't want violence. I wanted them to just look at the evidence because I knew they were attacking my son. He'd gotten in trouble. He went to jail and he did what he was supposed to do. It wasn't involving any people. It was kids out here going into stuff that's been out here, sitting out here for years. It's just rotting in the desert, and they're out there. People leave after a year out here, brothers, sisters. It's hot and cold. It says it's 300 days of sunshine. People think it, and they come out here and they don't make it. You know what I'm saying? He made a mistake, and we all made a mistake, and he did what he was supposed to do, and he got out of jail, and he did exactly what he's supposed to do. He did it on. He actually did extra. I think we can document it if they'll actually look at the evidence. He did extra. He had to do his probation to leave this county. I'm the only one here. His mom was from and his stepdad and his brothers were from the county we used to live in. And I brought him out here, and he wanted to go back over where his family was from. I said, okay, I'll help you. And I did. And I documented all of it because I'm a prior law enforcement. Okay. Do you have any moderators in here? Moderate all swine comments, any drug comments, anybody who's not matured or 7, please moderate them out of here. I don't want them in here. We're getting a lot of, the world's sick right now. So everybody's just been taxed and, but anyways, we don't need it in here. You don't have to. So anyways, stop talking quasi in here about Israel. You don't know anything about Israel. You're in, seriously, I'm not playing with you. I know what's going on. The king of Israel is who? Remember, the people's champion, right? Oh, wait, hold on. The Gentile Messiah. Tell me who that is right now. Or be quiet. Assert your right. Is your Fifth Amendment right? Your right to remain silent. That's your Miranda rights. You an American? Anything you say and do will be used against you. So stop talking. I have the evidence, brothers, sisters. They won't look at it. Okay, go look at what they did. I want to move on in the conversation. I want to talk about it. I've done it for beating this to dead horse. I can't even report my son's dead body. These are the people who SWAT raided this house. They have jurisdiction to come, they tried to kill me. Look at what they did to me. Grenaded me to the face. I shouldn't even be able to have a conversation right now, okay? Literally, I have suffered hemorrhaging for 6 months out of my head, leaking blood on these live streams and stuff. Choking. I almost died, a couple weeks ago, I think it was now. I don't know, because of a respiratory thing they've got going from 5 tear gas canisters, all excessive force. So I've got a missing son and dead and daughter, possibly by these people who had jurisdiction to come on this property. If you want to see what they did, it was all live streamed. Okay. And the 258 hours and the 17 days before, it was all documented. They had no reason to do this, and they still did it anyways. And I have all of the evidence. So I need to get out of America. They can come right now. They come at 3 o'clock in the morning. I used to do this for a living. I was special weapons and tactics trained by LAPD in Hawaii. By the #1 SWAT team, building entry, underground certification, all of it. So please moderate. I don't even want to look at what these people are saying here. If the message is held for review, I'm not going to hear it. So it's on the live stream. It's a 16-minute video on the playlist, and you can see what they did. Okay. I have the right to ask them why they're here. There was nobody broke it. We all went with our hands in the air, and my daughter was kidnapped without warrant. They did not have show cause, probable cause on a warrant, signed indictment by others. That's a kidnapping. I've already shown that to them. So if she was alive right now, she could file probably a $50 million lawsuit against the state of Oregon and Lake County, Oregon, for kidnapping her body. Her charges were dropped in September, and my son and daughter went missing in September. They're very large lawsuits. My son did his probation. He left. It wasn't until 3 years later they said, hey, you didn't do your probation back here. Yeah, he did. He couldn't even left the county if he did. So he put his head down. I called his attorney, and he did it again. He did his probation all over again, and he'd already did it once. I know he did it with Tom, Dawn, Morgan, the 2 females. I have it all documented, but they don't want to listen to it. So he did it again, and then they still threw him in jail. And then they tried to throw him in prison for 7 years. I said, you're not throwing my son in prison. You already illegally arrested him. You're going to look at this evidence, and they don't want to look at anything. So they can come out here, SWAT raid this house, try to kill me, kidnap my daughter, grenade my son, my daughter, grenade me, grenade my animals, but they can't they don't have jurisdiction. The same people who tried to kill me don't have jurisdiction to take a police report. I'm not happy with this law in this country, brothers and sisters. That's incredible. Did you hear what I just said? I have a son that's right now. I thought about it before I come. Like, I can't believe there's no way my son would just even be thinking about me once. Even if he hated me, how would that make sense? They were moving here. They were moving out of their house. I have stuff from their house here. We went and, the building materials and selected the property. I have 65 acres. So I was going to give him the 20 acres. He's actually going to start taking over the payment on that property. So I have it all documented. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I mention it. I can't stay here in this country. It's not safe. I've already, I already have documented, this for hundreds of hours, like I said, just before they even swapped to the house. So if you want to be what one of these jerk offs in here that's going to come say something, go watch it. You can sit there all day long and see a veteran with no record and his daughter being, kidnapped, and then my son shot. That ought to get your rocks off to hear somebody shot. Brrr, me sitting there having to play semantics, trying to de-escalate the whole time, trying to talk to my son's dead body. I don't know if he's live, leaking or what, telling the cops playing, oh, thanks for not hurting my son, when I was thinking he's just sitting there leaking. You're okay, Elijah. You did everything thinking he's, just go watch it. You know what I'm saying? If you don't make dollars, it don't make sense. This is money, you idiot. Dollars are pieces of paper that they kill women and children over with their inflation or creation. This is the lifeblood in the military industrial complex, you buffalo farmer. I had to sell all mine just to keep myself out of jail, but whatever. This is money, you idiot. 913 is an idiot. Doesn't know what money is. Money is not a 0 and a 1 on a screen, you idiot. This is money. This is the bank killer. I don't measure my wealth in dollars and cents. That makes no sense. I measure my wealth in ounces and acres and pounds. Get out of here, child. All right, so when I take the ministry down to South America, just like before my, son was possibly now missing for a year, daughter, I was, working on trying to get him out here, and everything was, we just had this legal thing. It's just there's no way he didn't do his probation. That's why I believe, again, that my son and daughter both been disappeared, because they have major lawsuits. So if they were alive, they could file that, and there would be no way that they couldn't. You can just go watch the SWAT raid, and you right there. So I have to take care of the criminal case. I have avoided suing. I don't want to file a lawsuit. I have made this very clear because, again, the taxpayer has to pay for the criminal behavior of their community and public servants. That is not right. I don't want the money. Maybe my son and daughter, though, obviously with my son is owed. He did not only the 180 hours probation, but he did another 133. They owe him a lot of money for how they extorted him. The feds won't even look at it. Go watch the SWAT raid. I have called the Department of Justice, state, federal, Tina Kotek's office. I called Kate Brown's office about everything out here. So I want to move on in the subject, but go look at what they'll do to your countryman like me, a man who's just didn't break any laws. I'm telling I have the right under affirmative defense, self-defense. That's the legal description. I know this. So there was, that's okay. It is what it is, but that's the country I live in. And that's why I need to get out of here and just go move my body for a little bit, and I'll come back. I'm not abandoning my brothers and sisters here in America. I took an oath to the Constitution. The first general order you take as a military veteran is do not quit your post till properly released. And I'm not quitting on America. That's why I took, instead of getting myself an attorney, I took $27,000, which obviously I just had to put out for this attorney, and put it and paid off the ministry. So, you know what I'm saying? I feel okay about that. I just maybe I would have located my son a little bit sooner, and it is what it is. And if he's gone, he's gone. At least he's not suffering. It's just my daughter too. That sucks, because she was a complete innocent party who has now just been routed, grenaded. Imagine being woken up with a flash concussion grenade. You know what a concussion grenade is? Got those pins in here. This is a hand grenade. Hand grenade to the face. Right in the head. They hit me right in the face. Right here. Bam. So if I can get out of this country, I'm pretty sure that there'll be no more cursing, because I only curse when I think about America. Seriously. If you ever watch me, I try not to, I, for thousands of hours, didn't have it. 6 channels, and I never cursed once until 2 weeks of being gang stalked by the state of Oregon and Lake County, trying to get them to stand down. Even if my son pleaded them, please don't bring guns down this driveway. And man, they still didn't care anyways. So shot my son with his hands in the air. Pretty foul. country we live in right now. So I think if I can get down there, eat better food, stop eating this crap, I won't care about it anymore. And I'll just come back here to the ministry, because I could shut the gates here. If the lights went out today and you couldn't go into town, how long could you survive? You better ask yourself that. And maybe not just survive, but thrive. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody knows the location of Elijah John Werner, I have contacted my attorney. They have a no contact order. He said I can have contact with him. I feel his life is in peril. And it is. I've already reported. Remember, I came and reported to the police. They won't look for him. He told me I had to. I said, look, I already reported. He said, do it this way I told you. And he's an attorney. I don't argue with him. And I said, okay. He said, you need the state looking for him, and they won't take it. Why? Just like when I called his dead body or kidnapped body, or Josephine County, and my daughter being potentially raped, murdered, with all the evidence, they threatened to throw me in jail. They wouldn't even take the report. There's a passport that I had that was federal. They'd have to call the feds. They never did. There's 40 pounds of silver in the gold, and they didn't go look for that. That's a denied call for service. That's illegal. That's totally illegal. Then the appointed counsel that I had at the time, the only thing he really ever did was call that Josephine County to, because they threatened to throw me in jail, and to call to get the CAD call, and they won't give it to them. You ever an attorney calling a police department, oh, this is my client's, I need this. No, they won't give it to them. What the hell's going on? So, and like I say, the whole case, it is what it is. So, I'm feeling once I get down to South America, I won't talk about it, won't think about it. I won't just ban you, I'm going to still keep in touch with all my folks, and then come back. I don't plan on being down there. I want to get it set up, come back here, finish this, get setting up probably in the spring, and then I want to go on the road after that. That's it. So maybe I can get this done in the next. I have a court date on the 22nd, brothers, sisters. Maybe they'll drop this case. I haven't heard from my attorney. I can't believe I paid him all this money, and that's okay. I know news is good news, but I was hoping by getting the attorney would just find my son. I don't care about that. I don't care about the charges. I'm taking this to trial. I don't care if they throw me in jail. At least I can move on with my life. Let me go do a couple years, whatever. I don't even care if they're guilty or not or whatever. And I just want to move forward in my life. Maybe I could do this. Maybe I could see my son again someday. As long as this case goes on, I have no way to have any contact. It suspends everything. This is my son. I love him. He's a good young man. And if he was guilty of something, I'd make him sit it out. And he already did. So, and now he's sitting where? In a cave, dead, and I can't report his body. And here's all the evidence. It's a pretty hard country to live in when they come in and try to kill you and unalive you and your kids and kidnap your daughter and stuff. And then they won't even take a police report. This is the same agency that came out and tried to kill you. That's like, remember, they were running over my property again. I'm a prior traffic crash reconstructionist. I know how to pull the forensics. I did. It's them. They were running over the marker pole for the hip camp sign out there, and drove it over and laughing and mocking me. Who do you call the cop? Who do you call when the cops are destroying and running over your property, destruction of your private property? Who do you call? And then you have all the tire print, and then they drive right back to the scene of the crime like most arsonists do. So I can actually pull all their tire prints and say, see, that's it. There's their prints. There's it is. That's them. There's their push bar. There's the 3 feet. There's the inside diameter dimension. Here's all the forensics. How do you? I reported to my legal counsel at the time. He didn't do anything. He told me, if you're so afraid of the cops and this is stressing you so much, you should go get a psychological mental evaluation. Maybe we could use that in your case. What? Yeah, they're running over my property. I have all the forensics. I did it all on live stream to show you the prints, all of it. The evidence is there. And he tells me to go, well, if you go say that it stressed you out and it caused you, they're just trying to get me to be crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always up, Stoner. I'm always up at 3 o'clock. I just decided to get on here because I don't normally share my 3 a.m. hours with anybody. It's my time. It's my time. That's always my time. It's been for decades. That's my time when the whole world is quiet, at least for me, where I'm at, you know what I'm saying? And so I can just sit there and, Father really gives me a lot of, I have a lot of just time with the word. So it just flows through me, and not channeling. I don't call it that. I used to try to tell people I have just when my head's clear, when there's nothing, to no noise, and the whole world is mourning, right? They're sleeping, they aren't even awake. Nobody's mourning. Oh God damn it! I gotta get the fuck up and go to work. They're yeah. Top of the day, hey, that's kind of what 3 a.m. is for me. So it's my favorite time of the whole day. I prefer more the 3 a.m. than I do during the day because it's dark, it's quiet, and so I don't have to worry about that anymore. I have that every day now. Remember, on this property, look how blessed Father has made me. Abundance. I go lay in the driveway. Nobody drives down the driveway, but once every couple months or something. I don't know who that is. This is that quiet place. So I kind of have that 3 a.m. here all the time. That's why I really wish people would have come in the last 10 years and enjoyed this place, because I never bought it for me. Kevin saw that. I had a witness when the person that when I bought this property that I know, um, I said, hey, remember when I bought this? You were there when I bought this property. Why did I buy this? Why did I buy this property? Did I buy it for me? They said, no, you bought it to build that community, that geothermal, learn how to live under the ground. You didn't want it. You wanted to figure out how to give it to the community so that everybody could be a part of it and it could feel like their home. And so it felt good to have kind of a witness too, because I really don't want to own anything. I already told you guys I'm all over owning things. I didn't buy this land for me. So I really don't even feel like I bought land. I only bought the 5-acre parcel. It cost me $50,000 to build that UFO or something, all the time and money and all that. People are like, why the hell are you building a UFO? Or what is that all about? Man, everybody's got to have a thing, man. You know, I am with the UFO stuff. People think it's scriptural to me. I just like to toy with people. It's probably shouldn't be saying this, but it's my way to mock people's ignorance, but I shouldn't do that. So I think that's why Father destroyed it. And now the UFO is sitting over here at the property and not at 45 or 8 feet in the air like it was. It flashed in the middle of the night, and kids used to see it on the way to school and stuff, man. But just little things that, so I don't want to abandon this place. I want to come back here, get it built back up, and continue on with my life and just go share the gospel. I don't need to own anything. Just want to travel and see the world and go hang out with the ministry. So I've had so many invites. I'm serious, and I'm just wasting my life trying to, build a community for 10 years. It just didn't happen, but it doesn't mean that people aren't out successfully doing that right now. And I encourage you to, well, Jesus is a pagan name, and so is God. So he did manifest in the flesh, absolutely. But those are some pretty childish translations you got there. But thanks for coming in, because Jesus, the cracker Jesus, or which one? The Sex Pistol, the one with breasted Jesus, or the one who hung from a tree? Remember, nobody hung from crosses. There's no such thing as God, and there's no such thing as Jesus in the Old Testament or New Testament. The J doesn't exist, and why are you putting vowels in? All right, anyways. But moving on, moving down here the ministry to have a dual ministry down in South America. So let's move on to get this energy back up in this room. How many days could you, positive to the, how many days have you shut your gates right now? Could you go without, going to the store? What happens if you couldn't go to the store again? The magnetosphere, guys, has been, crushing our sun. Is the solar cycle has been, making that wax, or wane, that the right, that's the moon, right? It's going away, it's negated, and that's why we keep seeing these auroras when we shouldn't have auroras. You know what I'm saying? This is pounding the protection. It's called the magnetic canopy or magnetosphere, and it protects this rock from the solar energy, the plasma, ionized and deionized gas that comes from the sun. So it's the father of the sun. Right? This father is the one. He's done this. He's doing this on the cycle. This is the Yuga cycle, and they know this. That's why they're digging in and getting prepared and putting a national emergency as soon as he takes office and putting the military in 19 states. This is why. The one thing they're not telling the public that's going to affect areas, two things that are going to affect you more than anything: the magnetosphere and Honga Tonga eruption that went off in 2022. That's why we're literally seeing places just scrubbed off the map right now with water events that are, and you have not begun to even, I watched David's, because David's the only other one covering this, but I don't think we've seen but 2 or 3%. He said the moisture is not coming out in the atmosphere. It's frozen, brothers and sisters. It's not going to show in those layers because it's in the mesosphere and it's frozen. It's a frozen layer of moisture. It's going to take time to come out of there. There's a natural wringing out over time, but it's frozen. It's not going to melt up there. So I'm not sure what David Devine, and I love his channel and I appreciate all his work. He's probably the top 1-3 bloggers on all of the internet. If you're not subscribed to David Devine at Civilization Cycle, Adapt 2030, please go follow his YouTube channel. He's probably, like I said, he probably got one of the top 3 YouTube channels on YouTube, and he's not super spiritual, and I don't really watch too much stuff that's spiritual. You know, I mean, I do, because I have to watch the news that I don't want to watch, but there are bloggers that I've watched for a long time, and David has been doing this for long enough that he has enough credibility. You should go check out it and glean everything he says. But he's the only one I know right now that's covering this Honga Tonga eruption. So, but it's going to eventually come back down. I already told you how this is. Revelation 16 and 21 will be because of the Honga Tonga eruption. So, and that I'm not trying to cling on to that, you know, like, oh, well, now Revelation 16 and 21 is not going to happen because it's all wrung out in the atmosphere. And I finally found, after all these decades, you know, the compression event cycles and looking through all these, you know, paleoclimatology records, the strata, you know, all the ice core data, going through all this stuff like a freaking just day in and day out, day after day, week after week. And a lot of this is this time, guys, 3 a.m. in the morning. Okay. When I'm doing this, where I get most of my best studying done. So, got to pay your power bill. Do 2 lights out. I'm the power company in here. So, anyways, how long could you make it? You know, people like this with the power bill, they're screwed, man. Everything is electric. How many ways do you have to heat your home right now? Put in the chat, how many ways do you have to heat your home? We're going to go preparedness. I'm going to go full-blown preparedness, just like this. You know, let's talk about preparedness. We're supposed to be prepared. How many days could you make it? Put in the chat. Can't go to the store. You got to shut your doors. They weld you in there like China, weld your doors shut. So thank you so much, Tova, for your contribution to this ministry. I do appreciate always when you're here, and I appreciate your, I don't know, just something about, you just have such a good positive energy when you come in here. So thank you so much. Say they speak truth but reject God. We're not worshiping images. Fuck Caesar Borgia. Remember? Don't come in here and tell people, don't come in here. I appreciate you bringing, but don't come put that on this ministry. We don't do the Caesar Borgia. Okay. I know who that is. Remember? Known homosexual. Pope. So. Man, I might get up and make some hamburgers for some breakfast. Oh, maybe we should make some tacos. Did I get sour cream? Oh, I got some guacamole. I think, does that look like that's the moon still? I gotta go check out this moon on. That moon is bright. I'll probably cook by that moon. Kevin's truck's white and it's so bright that you can see his truck. It's just lighting up over there. So, but But anyways, put in the chat, how many days could you make it right now? If the the sun, not some nefarious, not some satellite or some EMP, electromagnetic pulse from, some satellite, but the sun rocked us, because it's going to eventually do it. And that's why they're all dug in, and they know it's coming. They're not stupid. They got all this privileged information, remember? They're privileged information. How much we got left? Make tacos, guys? Tacos? Maybe we'll have tacos for breakfast. Does anybody eat tacos for breakfast? Nobody's participating in the chat, huh? All right, let me see. Maybe or no. You make it no days. All right. You guys are all going to go in your little work. Yep. Get in your camp. Get in your bubble camp. You're in bubble trouble now. Get in your 15-minute city. 4 + 5 is 9. President 4 + 5 is 9. President 4 + 7 is 11. President 9/11. He loves you. The government loves you. They're going to be there to save you. Remember FEMA? Emergency Management Agency, Federal. Remember Hurricane Helene? Remember Hurricane Katrina? The government's not going to be there to fix your problems, brothers and sisters. Two kinds of people on this rock. They think the people are going to be saved by the government, and the government's going to come save them and fix all their problems. And then there's people who use their head, right? So what kind of person are you? Yeah, they do it all the time. So I had to change it up. There's nowhere. It used to be. It used to be. See, I can tell it's all my. When they mess with my chat, because I can't see right here, I have your guys' screen. It's different than mine. Okay. It says 4126, the 1197 to super chat, but I can't even see this other thing. When they smash my chat down like that, I can't see the whole screen. And if you remember, for a little while, I was able to put that background up. I was using that background, and they won't let me have that anymore. They're restricting me. Just like TikTok. They don't let me do live on TikTok. They don't want you to hear that, you don't want to know how to fuck the government? Grow tomato plants. The government hates you when you grow food. You want to get on the government's list? Yep. How many red marks do you have? All of them. People used to tell me 20 years ago. Remember, I was trying to tell people in 2000, you guys are idiots. The world is not going to go to the shit just because a computer doesn't turn to 0. You're the stupidest generation ever. You guys have lost your mind. I think I've reached the ending point of humanity here. This civilization is gone. A 0, it doesn't turn 0, and it's going to be the end of the world. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy. It's just how people just lost their minds back then. And I'm like, you guys are you serious? This is going to be dude, you are getting played. The government is playing you like a freaking fiddle. Devil went down to Georgia looking for old soul to steal, It's crazy. It is. It is just how much people will just lick the government's boot and not be self-sufficient. I don't care what the government thinks. I don't care if the government's watching me. God is inside me. He's looking out from behind these eyes. He sees what the whole world doesn't see. Nobody's getting away with nothing, brothers and sisters. Nobody's getting away with nothing, okay? Just remember that. You know what I'm saying? So try to remember that there is a purpose you're supposed to be serving here, and it's not the beast, and it's not the government, and it's not a dollar. You're supposed to be serving the word. And I don't do religion, remember? I'm going to be the bride. That's what I'm excited about, being a bride. I don't know about you, but I think about that death and being the bride, man. That's a beautiful thing, isn't it? Hallelujah. Thy kingdom come. So, what are you doing? Afterlife insurance. Taxes. How about some afterlife? Not for your kids. That's life insurance. For you. You ain't going to be standing there when it come judgments. It's just going to be you, Father, and Shiloh. So you're going to have a mediator there? You have an attorney, you know anything about law? He can cover you for your sins, not for your stupid little... It's for standing up. He's going to cover you for standing up for the sins of the world because you stood up to this world like he did. Oh, your forgiveness is because you murdered somebody or something? Okay, whatever. Go back and read the word, please. You have to be rebuked by Father for the sin that you did. Sin is the word mark, or mark is the word krak, or character. To sin is to be off the mark. Your character was off. So you have to be rebuked to turn around. That's like 180 degrees. Stop doing what you're doing, or start if it was something you were not that he wanted you to start doing. That might have catch you the other way, right? And then you walk in what is called repentance. And then you're forgiven, and that's a process. So these people are lost. Religious makes people swine. They just love to. They don't love the word. They love the world. Remember, he said, "Be in it, but be not of it." Why are you such a stickler for words? Fuck you. I'll apologize. See, I'm cursed, right? It is what it is, brothers and sisters. Father created vessels of wrath and vessels of mercy. So get ready. This is not a nice world you live in. We are at war, 100%. The Department of War. We're blowing up boats that in a country we have not even declared war on. Everything's awesome, Team America. Just don't worry about having any extra flashlights or long-term food storage, so you can just make a big fire and give away your cover. So you just get blown up. Roger, send me great coordinates. Come on, guys. These people are, there you go. Outstanding. Thank you also. Blessings. That's, yeah, isn't it so much? It says so much more, The Greek, if you'll study the Greek, all these words have meaning. Hebrew has meaning. Greek has meaning. English, it's not English, it's American. I know, it's flipping sick, isn't it? What's going on in here? Yeah, I know, huh? Hold on, I'll get the priest. We'll sprinkle some holy water on him. He's got a demon. Try saying flipping sick 1,000 years ago to somebody. They what? They go get the priest. Oh, hold on, we're going to get the Catholic priest. He's got some of that holy water. We'll hold him down. We'll exorcise his demons. Oh my God. It's gonna be so good to die, guys. I want to tell you this, and don't freak out on me, okay? You know what I'm saying? Death is so beautiful. Not I'm saying to anybody else, but when you pass, not like suicide, because you have to endure to the end to be saved. So how could you plug yourself in the head and be saved? Then you can't, right? So this meat suit's what's dragging you down. It's faith what's supposed to keep us anchored here. It's the meat that's the problem. I'm telling you. Try to remember the kingdom of heaven is within, and we must go through much thlipsis to receive that kingdom. Paul said to receive that kingdom, and that kingdom is not, remember, in the sky. And that's, remember, that afterlife insurance that I was telling you about. You got every kind of insurance, but what are you doing for after you're standing there with Father? What sins did you get covered for? If you were sinning on this rock, why were you persecuted? Why did you suffer? For your own will or for Father's will? Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, brothers and sisters. Try to remember this. People can see, they get this watered down. Oh, I just ask for forgiveness. And we're all going to, every sin you do is because Father knows what you're going to do. So don't act like you don't know what you're going to do. You know what I'm saying? He already knows what you're going to do. He knows what you want. He knows what you need. And he does, I'll do all these things after my own counsel, he says, and he's beating you. I do these for my pleasure, my own pleasure. So he knows what he's doing. He's the equator, and sometimes we don't realize when we get disciplined, it corrects us, and we get to people, they've gotten such this entitlement snowflake nigger attitude, like they're owed the fucking world, right? A fucking white nigger, black nigger, red nigger, brown nigger, yellow nigger. It's a word. Which words are you using too? They really, if you understand what I'm saying, put understand in the chat. If you understand what I'm saying, put understand in the chat. Words, right? Do they matter? Do words matter that you say? Do the words that come out of your face? Does anybody understand me? See, nobody understands me? Whatever, man. It's okay. No worries. Jimmy crack corn. Yeah. See, I'm already over you. See that? That's part of the thlipsis. So yeah, see, I don't worry about using that word because it's just a word, like the word understand. So there's only 40, there's 44 of you, and only my 2 moderators understand. You guys just sitting there like, where are you guys standing right now then? Where do you stand in this matter? Huh? That's right, Christopher, because if you understand me, then you're below me. You should overstand. Okay, I overstand, but you're so used to being ruled by your dialectus, your gloss of your tongue. It's alien. Remember, there's no such thing as aliens. Alien is a word. And now they believe in aliens, right? He said, don't add a jot. Don't add a jot. Say somebody found this. But hey, that's what it is. Remember, they got you cursing in cursive and casting spells and spelling in cursive and got stung by the spelling bee and got channeled and do visual and verbal voodoo on you, poke at you like voodoo and get in line, get the sticker. Remember, whack the nation, go inside, flatten the curve. The government loves you. Booster, booster. They want to update you. Booster, update, booster. I call the shots in here, eh? It's just our dialect has been watered down, brothers and sisters. And if you look, there's so mourning. Come in, you guys say mourning. Why are you mourning? Yeah, there's no grammar Nazis in here like that. But if you speak swine, remember the swastika, like cracker Jesus, cracker. Remember, they're the ones who cracked the whip, right? So, anyways, remember the snowflake trophy generation. They act like a nigger. They got an entitlement generation. White ones, black ones, brown ones, yellow ones. Remember? So that's why when you guys come in here and you say, and it's still, I make that mistake. Morning. Hey, what's going on? Morning. Top of the day to you. So, but if you'll go back to Hebrew, you'll see that every jot, remember, is a period, but a yod is a letter. Every letter has frequency and vibration and value, and it has meaning. It's based with a. Go see Brother Jim Brown. He would hate my tongue, but I got to be the other side of the ministry, man. This is high desert. We're out here not like high definition. It's HD fat. Remember, faith and truth. So he's over there at the GAT, the grace and truth. So, but he gives you more different kind of meat than I can give you. I give you a little sliver of that, corned beef on this side. He give you the prime rib, and vice versa. Brother Jim can only give you a little tiny sliver of the corned beef of the celestial because he's not a magi. Brother Jim's not a magi. He's an angel, but he's not a magi. I am an angel and a magi. That doesn't make me above Brother Jim Brown. Jim Brown has 40 years of studying on me, but he is not a celestial magi. I am a celestial revelation of this apocalypse. Remember, I declare the line so that you can get ahead of the wave before the tsunami comes. As a messenger, I can't tell you when the wave is already crushing you, correct? Then I'm not a messenger. Prognosko, the Greek word, remember, to have foreknowledge of, foreknowledge. Quantum, brothers and sisters. You want to play chess? Or you just want to play a simple game of checkers? This life is a D, fifth dimensional marathon. Called an eternal life. It's just one flesh life, and then you go back to who you are. So try not to mess them with your time, and they'd like to do that too, because if you can mess with time, then it's easy to change people's dialect. And the one thing they like to do is crush your story. Remember, the victor gets the spoils. Remember, the victor gets the spoils. The history's not written in a book. Reality is not what you think. You're the only person who thinks about you the way you think about yourself. There's not one other person on this rock that thinks about you the way you do. So that's your story. What is his? I don't know. Shut up, loser. You get left out. He gets left out, left side of history. He writes it. See? Reality is somewhere in between the lines. You got to distinguish the forest from the trees. Can you read between the lines? So in life, but remember, aletheia is truth. So when it comes to the scripture, we're not supposed to change a yod or a jot, remember? So that's why it's so important, why words are very important. I can sit here and fight all day with people over the letter J, Jesus, get hooked like a carrot, like a game dangling a golden carrot, but right, we sit there and do that all day. Everybody comes in here, it's not Jesus, it's J. No, it's the whole book, not hallowed be thy name is not not Jesus. It's all this covenant. Every single letter, and the ones that were blotted out in the back, you got to know which ones those are. Okay, so which laws were blotted out? All the laws of flesh, remember? All the laws of celebration, all the laws of ritual, all the laws of fee, fine, custom, all those were blotted out. But people don't know that. Oh, I can do what I want one day, fun day, Sunday, Jesus, cracker Jesus, you know. Catholicism, all this Mormonism, they're Mormons or morons, you tell me. So what are you talking about? The dialect. Do you understand what I'm saying there, Blueberry? Dialect. People have different languages. We're talking about how people speak different. Do you understand? Say, put I understand. Burberry. Are you hearing me? What happened? Maybe we lost our chat there. Burberry, if you understand, we're talking about different, not the accent that's in our voice, because people sound different from every state in America. There's lots of states. People think they've never been out of their state. You can go back east and people have a twang, or, you know, people, so no, we're talking about the dialect, the gloss of the language that they speak. It changes, because there's like there's things like an idiom or a parable where you mean like, hold on, I got a frog in my throat, right? You're watching this 1,000 years from now. You can't see the thing, you know, and you're just reading the chat log, and it says the host has a frog in his throat. Did I really have a frog in my throat? Did you really hear it from the horse's mouth? Do you understand what I'm saying? Put understand in the chat, right? I don't think Burberry understands. It's okay, right? I don't know where he stands. We'll see. We'll see what he says, right? We've already done this once, so we'll see where he stands. Do you understand, Burberry, or not? Where are you standing in this matter? It's mind over matter. I guess he lost his mind. There we go, Julia says, I overstand. There we go. So the whole language, if you look at the English language, is morning, good morning. What, you're not supposed to mourn? What do you, somebody die? People mourn during death, remember? We could go over and over this with everything, guys. The whole English language has been made to be like that. Exactly. Go study it. You'd be surprised how many words, you know, are like that. They put you in a lower realm. See, when you mourn, instead of top of the day, you know, hey, top of the day, how you doing? It's oh, what are you doing? Morning. I gotta go to work. Punch the clock. You know, hit the time clock. They're whacking you, huh? This place is wacko. It's pretty like whack-a-mole in America. You ever play that game? But go through your dialect, glossa. It's called an alien dialect. Okay, foreign. Not the truth, foreign. So alien, not gods in the sky. There's no such thing as aliens, because alien is a word. And that people get all mad when you tell them there's no such thing as aliens. They do. They get so upset. They want to believe in gods in the sky and balls in the sky and lizard people and shapeshifters, and it's 2025 and you have free will and you could be saved and accept Christ, and earth's below their feet and heaven's above their head and all this. Well, blasphemy, you know what that word means? Vain. It's worthless. It doesn't add up to the truth. It's perverted. That's the word froward. That means to pervert, add, or take away to the meaning. The dialect is the glossa is the word. Glossa, tongues. There's no such thing as speaking in tongues. You speak in an alien dialect. That means same thing. Not imskray. Get imskray, get out ski the house ski. They're about to reprocess the furniture. You know, the pig Latin, swine talk. Oh, it said Jesus loves you. You accepted Christ and you are healed. You know, all that psychobabble, new mystery psychobabble is what I call it. New mystery Babylonian psychobabble. Yeah. So speaking in tongues was every language. So that's saying all languages are you're gonna, yep. On your knees. Well, He's your master. You can't serve two. We'll see. We'll see. It's pretty heavy, like gravity, man, huh? You spinning on a ball at 1,040 miles an hour, planet ball Earth. See how ignorant people are? They go by the world. That's what everybody says, right? The world, right? Spinning around, WHIRLED, like twist and froward or pervert, or like spinning on a ball. World, like a ball. See? It's so easy to deceive the people. They're good at these. Masters are good at this. They're remember, you can't serve two. So they chain down your dialect, and you are every knee will bow, because every eye shall see. He will come in the clouds. So they know what they're doing. they're good at this. You're not going to run away from this one. You can't run from God. He's inside you. He knows what the world doesn't see. He's got your intentions in a book, and he's already wrote those down. It's called the Book of Judgments. All shall pass through that book. One judgment. Nobody's died and gone to the sky. So, the blind 11. President 4 plus 5 is 9. President 4 plus 7 is 11. President blind 11. Yeah, President blind 11. These people are blind. That he's the man that dropped 3 steel buildings with 2 airplanes so we can go do the DD oil wars. And remember Wesley Clark? Iran was the last one on the list. Where are we at? We're here. Welcome to Revelation. We made it. Wars, rumors of wars, famine, pestilence. That's been since the beginning of time, right? Earth's not the rule, right? Oh, Earth is the rule. So what's an earthquake then? Earthquakes in diverse places. The Earth will be quaking. Is it quaking yet? The rule, are they quaking? They will be this week, right? Wait till you see all the events they have planned for this week, brothers and sisters. You thought last week was good? You ain't seen nothing yet, because the book says this is not the end, but the beginning of sorrows. Like a woman in labor, remember? Came upon him like a thief in the night. Here we are. You ain't tell me this ain't like the same exact time. Remember? What did he say at the second coming of Christ? And I'm not saying a time or a day. Remember, nobody will know the day or the hour. But Paul said, you will see the day approaching. That's why he made me a magi, so I can show you the celestial signs in there already. So, no, it's not the end. It's the beginning. It's not end times. Do not say that. Do not say that. That is Satanist. That is blasphemy. And that is an apostasy. This is not the end, but the beginning. And you're being Antichrist if you say that to anybody. 100% Satanist to the core. It's not the end of times. Put it again, you're going to get moderated out here. We're already in the new age there, idiot. Look at this. Fear porn, fear porn. Don't do anything. It's the end of the world. Just sit on your ass, curl up, be like the government, shelter in place, be a little bitch. You'll get on your knee. It's going to be for Father. He's my slave. I'll stand 10-toe until Father returns, and you'll know when he's here. He's already here. He's with me right now, but you're an idiot. He'll never leave you. It's the promise, right? Where there are 2 or 3 gathered in my agape, Father and Son are inside you, not in the sky, not in a church, not in a temple. See, he's always with you. The Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, Hokadesh, and then, well, just me, myself, and I. Let's try to lift this up a little bit, guys. Come on. You can thrive, not just survive in what's coming. If you know there's going to be waves of intensity, you're not going to get lulled to sleep if it pulls back. We're there. Wait until you see this week, brothers and sisters. The calm before the storm. I do not conform outside of the norm. We don't wear no uniform. I ain't no slave to your system, your flag, your country. I'm a servant of the Father, and if I die here on the battlefield, I hope he bless me and reincarnate me as a soldier so I can live to fight again, right? Choose your battles wisely. I'll let Father fight all my battles. He's the master. He's the one commanding this battle called flesh. Wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, powers, the rulers of the darkness of this world, spiritual wickedness in this place. Oh, in this place, in high places. Yeah, the Most High, huh? You gonna meet him in the sky? He's gonna come in the clouds. Where are you at? Strange clouds. Careful what you're smoking. Remember, the pit will be opened up. He will come. The skies will roll back like a scroll. Remember Revelation The final trump. That's judgment, brothers and sisters. That's where the dead are lifted. I don't care if you got crushed, the worms ate you, die by fire, you're going to raise. One judgment, one final trump. I don't care how old you think this rock is. So, 3 books, all passed through one. Hey, that's the way it goes. That's a beautiful thing. Dead people don't go to the sky. Isn't that beautiful? There's no dead people in the sky. Heaven's not in the sky. So you might want to read the book of Psalms. The heavens clear with the glory of God. Which God? Little deity gods. Remember they used to burn like a burnt offering of flesh, masse, eat the body of a man, cracker Jesus. I know you don't like it, Marcus. You don't like it at all. He's like, this is effing dumb. I know, freedom, da-dum-dum-dum. You're free to go eat your kids. Did-it-did-did-did. 2 counts in the parking lot of Pornea. He's rubbing it. Oh, pulling the chain or the Pornea. Electria, serve himself. Remember, autonomous driven, the pole. That gets your blood pumping there, Nimrod. All right, listen here, jerk off. Time to go. Oh, wait, we already got him out of here. Get out of here. Get him up against the wall. Edomites are going into captivity. Oh, hey, hold on. Do not moderate this person. Are you a Hebrew Israelite, Big Chris? I'm going to crush you. I'm going to crush you, Big Chris. I'm going to crush you. I like crushing these fake Hebrew Israelites. Are you a Hebrew Israelite? Are you a Hebrew Israelite? You came into the wrong place there, Ham. He got you going gorilla. Bang, bang, gorilla. I got him going ham. I got like a Muslim going ham. Come on, speak up there, slow. Speak up there, slow. Where'd you go? Come on, Chris. What are you? You are not Chris. You're like crisscross, like those little kids. He couldn't even speak up. I smash all those fake Hebrew Israelites. They're well. He won't say anything. I know he's shut up. They'll know the Old Testament, brother, sister. They'll go look at their scripture. They know the Old Testament. They don't speak no New Testament, so they're an apostasy. They're Satanists. Hebrew Israelites are Satanists. They're like Jews, same thing. Christians, they're Satanists, Catholics, Satanists, Presbyterian, Satanists, Mormons. There's no prophecy. So I'm asking, you went so far off. What are you asking, Bruce Wayne? Well, listen here, Batman. You know, Mr. Warp Speed has a Batman and a Superman building if you look from above, but nope, wouldn't know anything about that, Mr. Warp Speed. I guess Chris Cross didn't want to say anything. Little child shut up and went away. He's like, oh, I can't do that in here. Edomite. Remember, he hated Esau, killed his brother Nimrod, Jesus Christ, Satan, Mithra, the sun god. People are idiots. I'll crush them. They can't come in here. You can't come against the gospel, brother. It's just not possible. You got to jot. It's another gospel. So, hey, go choke on your pole there, Salami. Haywood. Go roll in the hay with your man chowder. You got man chowder breath. Got to go. These people like gargle in the goo. They're goo gobbers, so I can't help it. Remember? They think there's such as goblins. I'm asking seriously. What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. So you have to, if you can't keep up, then goodbye. Yeah, you're a fake Hebrew Israelite. Guys, watch. This is one of these fake Hebrews. Watch, guys. Oh, damn, I can't. So listen, I want to explain this to you. Hebrew Israelites go by the Old Testament, brothers and sisters, and they rip Christ down from the covenant he made. Stop it. Get some help. What do you want me to do? Take drugs, Bruce Wayne? And you're not my brother, you idiot. Your brothers and sisters are do the will of your father, right? Father. So you're Satanist if you're not doing his will. You're an antichrist if you're not doing Father's will. You're an antichrist if you add one period that was not in that book or take away one period. It's called jot, a letter, yod, your own thought. That is the word pornea. You do that, you're an antichrist. You're a Satanist. We could get real simple in here for you, okay? Come in here and speak some swine talk. We'll just fire you out of here because it's do not sup with swine. Vipers, do not cast your pearls in the mud before, and do not sup with vipers. You're here. It's here right now. The word. 2 or 3 gathered in my agape. There, he does not dwell in temples made by hands. Your body's a temple. He wrote the word on your heart. Seeking you shall find, asking you shall receive. Knock, and I will sup with you. Don't sup with vipers. Sup with people who are in the narrow way. I can show you the narrow way. It's the gospel. We don't talk about any of these other books that weren't canonized, meaning they were taken out because they lacked definition or they weren't in line with the gospel. So we only do the gospel in here. We just narrow it down. It's not hard. It really is quite simple, but you got to unlearn to relearn to actually learn anything, really. Because we've all been taught wrong by ourselves or other bad teachings. Teacher's the word prophet. You got to study in here. We study one word at a time. We define every word that comes out of our face. So welcome to home. This could be your church if you want. Go see Brother Jim Brown at Grace and Truth Ministries. Don't come back, and that's okay. Love you. See you over there in the chat. It mirrored the teaching of the gospel, and that's it. Don't worry. It's unchanged. If you add a jot, that's a period. And now they live on that period. They're on their moon, right? What time of the month is it? All right. Any ladies ever hear that before? Okay. Anyways, every word is very important in here. I curse in here, and I didn't for thousands of hours. And I do apologize. I'm just a man. There is reasons, but it's Father's doing it. It's my fault. I'm a bad person by faltering, and it's what comes out of a man that covets us. Or, oh well, see, this world, I get, defiles us, who we sup with. So I shouldn't do it, but that's okay. Bill Maher, is that one of those do you know all rich people and famous people go to hell? Hell's not a place below your feet. If you'll define the word hell, you'd know where hell you're at. So it's not below your feet. You don't die and go to hell. So are you here to be interviewed? Are you trying to convert over to Islam or something? It's not okay to touch kids. All those pedos in Hollywood's touch kids. Remember Mr. Warp Speed? Remember PDF file? President PDF file? He's a PDF file. He went to the EpiPen Island with Billary. Did you go there, Billary? Bill? Is that Billary or Mar? You can't even make a remark, or are you marred or like scarred? Like, oh, slow down. Don't insinuate drugs in here. We'll throw you out of here. Remember, the number one drug dealer is Mr. Warp Speed himself. $2.2 trillion outpaced any real estate. Remember, he doesn't dwell in temples made by hands or real estate. Boy, why you call me boy? That's just a slang term, but I'm a man. I'm a magi. I'm an angel. You know what an angel is? So I'm definitely not a boy. The number 7 is mature. I've definitely passed 7 years, and I'm eternal. I don't never end. I never die. How do you die if you're eternal? You only die to self, flesh daily. You're supposed to. Remember, be born from above, not again. It's the word. You just don't love it. It's not in you. It's not in them. It is. It's written on the hearts of the bride. Remember, it's not in the ones that the vessels of wrath. It's not written on their hearts. Like Hebrew Israelites. Oh, you're an Edomite, and you just ripped Christ down from the wages of Old Testament is sin is death. So they said Jacob and Jim Murray called black people melanated. There's only one race, the human race. You're a racist. You're a black nigger. You're a white nigger. You're a yellow nigger. You're a red nigger. Remember, all this is an entitlement. That's why I wanted that Hebrew Israelite, but somebody crushed him out of here. My moderators are pretty good. So it's a word. Remember, we talk about aliens, a word, and people believe in aliens. And you can't believe in aliens. You can't believe in God. Believe is an action word, like girded in my service, Maranatha until I return. It's a verb. Word to verb or word to her. Play tricks on your nerves. Well, it's about that time to bring forth the rhythm and the rhyme. I want to get mine. You got to get yours. I want to see sweat coming out your pores. What are you running to? Who's your prize? It's a marathon. You can't come out the gate too fast. You'll teeter out. Remember, he said, don't add a jot or a tittle. You got to pace yourself. If you're going to win the race, you want your head and hell raised in victory at the end, then you got to finish strongest. Remember, sorrows? We're not at the end, brothers, sisters. We are just at the beginning of sorrows. You think this is you better pace yourself. Remember, I said waves. You're going to pull back, and you're like, oh, no, you better get ready. Don't use that time to sit there and, tiptoe through the tulips. You better be getting some extra oil. Remember? Extra oil, have extra oil. Maranatha until I return. Loins girded in my service. No, I rebuke Israel. It's an apostate nation, just like America. Why would I? Israel's not what it says in Scripture. That's not revelation in Israel. I rebuke Israel. The probably 2 best things that could happen to this world would be Israel and America blown completely off this fucking face of this rock. That'd probably be the two best things that could ever happen to this place. Remember, he said he sent 2 witnesses. So Israel's not Israel in Revelation. Israel is in Japan. Israel is in America. Israel is in Israel. Israel's in Russia. So you don't know what Israel is. So if you don't speak up in here, I'll correct you. Okay, that's not Israel in Scripture. Israel, remember Jacob, who he so loved, he hated Esau. Jacob, the family 12 up against the Great Sea. How versed are you in history? Remember, that's in a book. You ever got the side of the history that wasn't written in the book? That's quite a study that takes a long time to find, decades. So I don't know how much you've been studying. With your name, Bill Maher, makes me think you just care about Hollywood. Remember the stick, like waving a stick at you, orchestrating. This is a black sheep broadcast that means to sow seeds. Remember, the enemy came and sowed seeds while you're sleeping. So it's a one-off ministry. So, all rich people go to hell. Just okay. We don't mourn in here, Our Lady, but thanks for coming in. Top of the day to you. You understand what I'm saying? We'll get Lady when she comes in the door. We even do it to our own people in here. Bill Maher. Why did you choose the name Bill Maher? Tell me why. Some PDF file. Another PDF file. Why would you have the name of a PDF file? Hollywood PDF file. Just curious. You want to ask questions? I answered yours. Now answer mine. I got other questions to ask. If you can't answer, I'll move on. He said, don't sup with the viper. I heard the sheep in here, remember? This is my dog. I'm a dog. I bark. I won't bite. No, remember? I'll let Father fight all my own battles, right? Fight my battles, right? My own. They're not my own. They're Father. He already knows. He already chose. He's the one who beats me. So who's your master? You like to touch kids? I'm pretty sure PDF file Mar Bill is all in on that Hollywood Planet pizza party. Why would you have a name like that? That's sick. You just go after what you see on the television, get poked and prodded and do visual, verbal, and voodoo, and what you see, what you hear. Anything you say and do can be used against you, right? I didn't say can, did I? Anything you say and can? Oh, you can. Get on out of here, Hollywood. Pedophile party. Hey, whatever. Don't judge them by their cover. I gave the man plenty of chances, right? Maybe he's not a man. Maybe it's man shell. Remember Floppy Cock on the old Degenerate show? All these degenerates, huh? I think she wants to move back to America. I heard something with her other scissor party. She has a scissor party with her. Never mind. Moving on. How many days can you go right now? If the water was turned off, how many gallons of water do you have saved up right now? Your sinks. There's no water at your sink. Do you get water from a sink? You got tapped. Tap that down on the floor. Smack that till you get some. There's no such thing as gravity. You're an idiot. Gravity is like the stupidest word ever. It is. It's up there with officer safety. Those are the 2 stupidest words ever. But gravity. You know what perpetual polarity is? Magnetism. There's no such thing as gravity. That's a thing like ball camp, water sticking to a ball because gravity. People are so foolish. So I am what I eat. I know. That's what happens. But it's been a long time. May love you a long time. I wish I could listen to music. They always ban me for doing music. So, you know me, I've got a pretty wide verse of. I wonder actually how many songs I've sung on this platform. Seriously. I'm serious, like the dog star. I told you I'm a dog. So, and I'm a messenger, so I don't come from somewhere above my head. Or you. God's in the sky. Sky Daddy Jesus, Sky Daddy Jesus. Come on in, and it's 5 in the morning. ATL, now I'm on the high line. Guys, I'm going to have to get some food in my belly. I'm going to make tacos I should make some tacos, huh? We should make tacos. Tacos. I haven't had tacos in a while. Bruce said, if y'all don't unban chat for literally nothing. That is retarded. Do you even know what retarded means, Bruce? You have an alien dialect. That's very derogatory, and retarded means like a carburetor. It means you've been restrained and screwed down. You've been screwed there, Bruce. As I told you, man, I warned about Bruce, guys. Bruce, remember Bruce? Oh, Bruce. What was that? Bruce. There's another Bruce Wayne. We got Bill Maher and Bruce Wayne in here. We got Batman and Dumbo. I mean, we got the whole clown show in here, the Disney parade going, you are Dumbo in the Disney parade, man. We're not here to be your friends. We don't sup with vipers, not cast our pearls before swine. So don't worry about it. If you're getting resistance, it's because you're low energy. We don't have low energy in here. We try to keep, shit's hit the fan. We're still, we're out. We slip the matrix in here, so we're not in the matrix. This is those that are outside the matrix. So we're not childish. We've been born, and our flesh living, beings, not corpses and statues, and we don't go on mandates and dates with men ordinances. Remember, you blotted out the handwriting of ordinances. So if you don't like it, it's because you're autonomous, self-driven like a car, like a dustpan sweeper, like Mr. Sneaky Muskrat. Look at what Bill said. Look at what Bill said. He's laughing his fucking ass off, and he's a Hollywood piece of shit. Get out of here. You didn't even answer my question. So, hey, don't moderate, Bill. My moderators are good. You're the best moderators on YouTube. No, I don't drive a Toyota Matrix, but I do drive a Toyota. You're an idiot. So, Bill, answer my question. Okay. Why did you pick the name Bill Maher? Now you too. There, Bruce Wayne, Batman. You tell me why you picked your name. I said, why did you pick your name, Bill Maher? A known PDF file. They're all PDF files. Bruce Wayne, all that nonsense. You picked it because it's hilarious. What's hilarious about a PDF file? Oh, I don't like PDF file, but I'm going to put that as my label. Get this idiot out of here. Thank you for answering the question. Now you're up. Step up to the mic. Oh, that's just your name? For real? Not Batman? Okay, you can stay in here. Oh, I know. That's all you do is laugh like a fucking little kid. Like Kamala Akbar, where we train lightsabers with Kamala and your ice holes there. Get out of here. Okay, I just heard it. Okay, so cool. You can stay in here. So it's not Bruce Wayne like Batman. I don't like Hollywood stuff, man. I'll do stunts and, cape villains and, it's all has a decode. If you look, all that's decodable. Go see Casey from Enter the Stars here on YouTube. He does great decodes on the Batman and Superman Trump buildings. His 58-story tower, Satan Tower, all this. It's so cool. That must suck to have a name Bruce Wayne. Not saying that because I bet you everybody loves it. Oh my God, Batman. I just don't like Hollywood. For what I'm saying, not like that. I meant not like your name like that. I don't like Hollywood, man. Because everybody's just probably always Hollywood. You're like, fuck, dude, I'm just a dude, man. The fuck. So my bad. Bro. They usually call me bro. All right, I can do dude. I don't do bro. I am a farmer, so this ain't no dude ranch out here. It's Silver Rock Ranch. So like Silver Rock, get it? What Hollywood is cool, bruh. There we go, guys. Got the holly. Remember the wood. They orchestrate these, verbal voodoo, sticks. They orchestrate them to sleep. Cool. You can watch movies. Bruce, you can watch movies. I'm not, and everybody has a little entertainment. Look at me in here singing music and I'll quote movies and do all that, but you can't live that. People live Hollywood. They live it. I got families that are millionaires. They just live it. My dad was an actor. My grandmother was an actress. My aunt was I don't like Hollywood. If you want to watch it as entertaining, cool. Everybody needs Smoke a joint every once in a while or something. I don't know. Relax a little bit. I'm not all business all the time, but when we're running the ministry in here and stuff, we will try to keep the Hollywood stuff out of here and like that. Everybody's got to have yeah. So yeah, there we go. I just don't like Hollywood. They're all a bunch of PDF files in Hollywood. So sucks that, like I said, that I didn't mean to jump on your cool. Right on. You see what I'm saying though? What you said it was what you said is what? Hold on. He just said it was. I go by my first initial. Okay. Okay. All right, A. Listen, A. I got that. A. You have to tell me your name. So, but I got you. That's all. Because, like I said, I don't like what goes on in Hollywood. All that stuff is, like I said, entertaining is one thing. That's cool. Whatever. Everybody needs a little entertainment. But I really wish people would watch a lot of the stuff they do in these movies. It's very telling and things like that. If you like sci-fi, you know what I'm saying? Oh no, I don't have no family that ain't actors. Look, Dad can look up my dad. Was played on Dennis the Menace. Shut up, you idiot. And I don't want to normally just go there and to give a tell all, but you could do your own damn. Get out of here, child. Go away, girl. Don't go away, mad. Just go away, Jezebel. So it's just it's all programmed. It's full of leave there. I just said what show you. Look at this idiot. You have a hard time listening. You got water in your ears or something. Bye, child. This is for adult chat only. We don't have children in here. Okay, go play outside. Children are not meant to be seen or heard. Go outside and play somebody else. You come on when the lights come back on, all right? Or go off. I walk in the shadow of the valley of death. Bye, little child. You can look it up for yourself, but you can't, huh? You don't even know where to start. Couldn't find your ass from a hole in the ground. Two cheeks to the same hole, two wings to the same dragon. Tacos or hamburgers? What should I do for breakfast? I got guacamole, man. I think I'm gonna make some tacos. Tacos, breakfast tacos, steak tacos. Oh, we'll do some. Actually, tacos. Yeah, let's do some tacos. I've been eating a lot of hamburgers, huh? Lots of eggs and. Yeah, but daily taco. Dude, I have the best restaurant. I'm gonna come down to Paraguay and I'm gonna open up a white boy taco stand down there. We'll do all the other tacos, fusion tacos too. Fusion tacos, but you gotta do some. I call them white boy tacos. My dad used to make those because we obviously we go to Mexico all the time and travel outside, but and Pacoima and just eating out taqueria style. But my dad used to make those and he called them. It's super racist, but yeah, gringo tacos. There you go. You don't say white ground beef. What the hell is that, dude? I want some pastor. I want some lengua. I want some adabada. I want some cabeza. Not these white boy tacos. Gringo tacos. There we go. Thanks. Hey, appreciate that. But there we go. My dad used to make those too. So. I think it'd be good in another country. If you went down in another country, they like sour cream and, lechuga, not crema. No, why? Gringo tacos. That's what I better call them. Thank you. I'm going to change my dialect. Dialect's very important in here. That's what they're called. My dad called them white boy tacos. He was a racist, but that's all right. I mean, he wasn't. He was charitable. He just didn't like niggers, people with an attitude. Remember, white niggers, black niggers, brown niggers, yellow niggers. I grew up in the concrete jungle around everybody. So, yeah, I'm gonna make some white boy tacos. I think I get some tortillas. What is this flour shell crap here? Soft taco? That ain't no taco. Roll that thing up. That's a burrito. Hold on, let's take the lettuce out of that. We'll put that in the fryer. That's a rolled taco. Man, I love this Hispanic culture, dude. Oh, I can't get away out of America. Oh, Father, please get me out of this country. Please, I want to go eat tacos on days that end in Y. Oh yeah, rolled tacos. Ladies and gentlemen, some of them taquitos. You guys got them taquitos in there? Some of that guacamole. You got some of that guacamole for me there? Some of that guacamole sauce? Get a little redneck on some reds, some of that fire chili sauce, make my butthole burn. Birds going down, birds coming out, going down the hole. Got the ring of fire. I like my hot sauce. Yeah, they're better days. All right, give me a minute. I'm gonna. Oh man, dental surgery. Ooh. Oh man, that sucks. Oh, I want to have all my teeth pulled out, but I don't. I do. I wish I just pull them all out, but no, it's good teeth, so should pull out. You know what I'm saying? My dad had really good teeth, man. His teeth were so freaking like, and he smoked, and he drank like 2 pots of coffee too. But he really he kept his teeth super clean. He's the one who got me all of this doing the floss and crap. I think I over floss, but that's okay. I just don't want stuff between my teeth. What do we got here? What do we got here? Oh, we still got. Let's go get the other. Let's get the other light. Un momento, por favor. I'm gonna get it. Turn on the kitchen lights. The lights in the kitchen. This spatula. Boom, shakalaka. Boom, shakalaka. We're running our other lighting system right now. We're running our other lighting system. We got several ways to light the cabin. This is all these lights go down the center into the kitchen there. And normally we've got this multiple light systems up here. There's another LED system here. How many ways could you light your home? Oh, another light over there, another light. We got lots of ways to light this. We got lots of. Come on, baby, light my pie. Oh man, my check go. Good stuff. All right, guys, I'm trying to get myself some tacos. Once again, it's kind of a religious thing for me, you know. I have a religious waiver that I can only eat tacos on days that end in Y. So, you know, like you get a religious waiver in school and stuff, you know, the kids just look at this. Trying to set the night on fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. I'm hoping I get the rest of that roof on that cabin today in the up there in the bedroom. I can get that building done, man. There's too much in that building, but it's turning out good. It's turning out muy bueno, muy bonita. Muy bonita. Try to set the night on fire. All right, I got frijoles. Let's get those going first. Oh. Made some guacamole. Man. Oh man, my lungs in the morning are hashed. Right now, oh, I can't do that. All right, let's keep that on plate. All right, where is right there? Yeah, we probably have to do tacos and burgers there for lunch. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, good. Good. Let's get this meat cooked there. Turn that up, the fire on high. Cook one on the front burner with gas or propane. Propane and propane accessories. Got that going.
Oh man. Yeah. Wake and bake.
I've been up for hours. Oh man, it's the only thing keeping my lungs afloat after all that tear gas. Oh, thank you, Father, for meds. You're such a good puppy dog that I love.
Well, that's something different. Kevin gave me that.
Oh, look at that. Oh boy.
That's enough of that.
So we're making tacos. We're making gringo tacos. Gringo. Güero taco. We're making honky tacos in here, boys. We're making some Tennessee tacos. Oh, you ever have Tennessee taco? I make Tennessee tacos, guys. You ain't never had no Tennessee tacos? I make Tennessee tacos. They got pulled pork, barbecue sauce, right? I do fusion tacos, right? Confusion was a business that I ran for my brother. Restaurant, food truck restaurants. But you take that pulled pork and you put cabbage on there. Slice that cabbage up real. You put cabbage on it. It's like a street taco. It's a Tennessee taco. And take this recipe down. These are slamming. And you put barbecue in it. You have barbecue sauce like a. I just make our own barbecue sauce. My brother has his own barbecue sauce. He makes a line of barbecue sauce called barbecue oil. It's in an oil bottle. You do cabbage, slice it real thin. Use that as your lechuga, as your lettuce. And then do cheddar and some of those onion, what are the dried onion? Not the ones, what do they call the onions? You put them like on the, what are those? They're dried. What the hell are those things called? What do they call those onions? Yeah, but I can't remember that. What's going on? I don't call those dried. What do they call those? French onions. That's it. I think that's what they call them, right? French onions. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, bye. So, what do you think? Did you write that recipe down? Telling you. I have a little secret that I add to them. I won't give you my secret. People don't know what the hell is on them either. So I left one ingredient off there. Just those are good right there. Just right there. Do that. Right. So outstanding. And you can replace. I don't eat pork, so you can do any other kind of smoked meat. You can make brisket the same way, and they turn out outstanding. I call that a Tennessee taco. You make all kinds of fusion tacos. But people want fusion food now, smashing cultures together. It's pretty awesome. You can really make some pretty amazing food. Yeah, it made some kind of noise. I got a notification. Oh, land payment. Ugh, haven't paid my land payment yet. Oh well, man, I got to do something with that property, guys. I really do. I was holding on to that property for Elijah, and it's killing me still have it now because, I want to hold on to it. You know what I'm saying? It's just killing me. I got to do something with it. Hold on. It's such a beautiful parcel, too. It probably is the nicest parcel I own. I mean, I love where I'm at. I love it back here where I'm at. I love it here. But, if you guys came here, I bet you somebody would choose that property. That 20 acres is awesome. not do that same thing with the king one. Chili powder. Okay. Where's that? Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, there we go. Good stuff, man. I want to do, I don't know if it's been done, but I want to do a fusion of Hawaiian, Hispanic, Latino, Hawaiian, Mexican food, Um, nice. There you go. Yep. Don't push all that up there with the heat. Keep all the terpenes and down and up in there. Mm. We're supposed to just eat cannabis. We really shouldn't. I mean, honestly, we shouldn't smoke it at all. We should just eat it. But we just prefer because it's convenient, No carcinogens. Say for entertainment purposes only, so we don't get any issues with this because we could have an issue with what I'm about to say to you. But technically, it's not a drug until you light it and smoke it. Then it does because you get the carcinogens. But I'm also cooking over the stove and been a cook, and you can get those too, that which cause can see him, her. We'll just talk around the algorithm. Outsmart the robots. We're outsmarting the robots. Listen, guys. How do you know when we've reached the apex of stupidity in society? And it's going to get worse. Don't you guys think that? And I have warned you on this channel what is coming. Not like I'm some kind of prophet. Remember, there's no prophecy. That is word teacher, and he says, call no man teacher. But if you think about what, look at where, hold on. I'll be right back. Make sure that's down low. All right. I guess, sir. Where's that other clock? Hold on. I'll get back. We'll stay on that subject. Hold on. Okay. How do you know we have absolutely reached the apex of stupidity in society? It's going to get worse. I'm telling you. And it's going to get way worse. How do you know we've hit this, just the total, Anybody have an idea? I mean, there is one simple fact. They're going to look back in society and say, oh, yeah, that's where they just hit rock bottom, man. We never think they'll just dig themselves in any further grave than they already were in. They were just gone. Front of me, walking around like a bunch of zombies. And think about what I'm saying. It's about to get much worse. It has to do something with tech because we're going into a tech world. So when you guys got, what's your, anybody have another thinking he allowed it to go this far? We don't need no education. Dun, 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 to like, just walking right into the meat grinder. I'll see what answers you got it. Okay. We'll see if you get the right answer. Gotta make some guacamole. Guacamole machu. Oh, hell, la chingas, man. Is that a joint, man? Must be about a quarter pounder. Holy, man. Oh, it's another nice aguacate. Oh, come on, there. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Oh. On out. I'm gonna put some bean on there too. Yep. Normally don't, but I will this time. Why wouldn't you? Well, I think I will. This. Where is my? Let's get the spoon to take the aguacate. Put an avocado in the chat if you eat avocados. I find that's kind of like cilantro. People either love it or hate it. Not really. Who eats aguacate? It's one of my reasons I know there's a God is there's aguacate. No biggie. You are not biggie. It's not up. Dad's making breakfast. You guys aren't tired there. I will give you guys an early one today. Okay? I will give you an early one. Give you guys an early one today. He heard that. He got up. The puppies don't eat avocados. Puppies don't eat avocados. Nope. Puppies eat the puppy foods. The lamb and the rice. And the pie and the guava and the chicory root and the carrots and the peas and the... Man, you eat better than me, puppies. You eat better than the dad. Kitties ate good too, huh? Get ourselves. Where's the cumin? Cumin. Good. started on that one. Yep. Yep. Jalapeno salsa. We're making gringo tacos. Gringo tacos. Gringo tacos. Gringo. Well, not really, because we're putting real guacamole in there. That's all right. We'll beef them up with a real guacamole. Oh, man. Did anybody see that blood moon? Wasn't that blood moon last night? I think that blood moon was last night, wasn't it? I don't think you could see that one in the Americas, was it? We got an interruption there, eh? We got an interruption. I'm cooking, my bad. Oh, we made me some. We're gonna beef up our gringo tacos with some real guacamole here. Fire. All right. We're ready to eat some. That too, guy? I'll put this on a plate. Chop that up a little bit. Looks like it's still staying on good. I don't know how long you guys were on the old pause for the cause there. I guess the internet got whacked. Mm-hmm. Right. All right, let's get that. Queso. Where is our tortillas? Making tacos. There. Yeah. Right, bud. Might get these puppies some food. What time would it be? Yeah, I'm gonna give these puppies an early breakfast. Early breakfast. I'll get you puppies. Hold on. There, get you guys. Man, tell you the first part of the day is that's the craziest. I want to remember that. Daddy, oh, that was big old. Good boy, that's your pants. Good boys. Boys. All right. Apologize. We're getting some energy from the sun. So, need some tacos here. Look at these bad boys. Guacamole. Some gringo tacos. We're doctoring them up with some guacamole, some jalapeno salsa. All right. One of these days, the internet's going to go down and it's going to come up and there'll be no more searching anything. There'll only be swipe and you only go into the windows that they choose. Remember I said that. They can't make the internet go down. The internet will go down. They'll bring up the internet, what you think back, but they'll dangle it on a carrot, like a carrot on a string. Turn it off and on a little bit. And then their new system will come up. Watch. See, I'm telling you guys, they'll just take your search engine away. No more Google search, no more searching for anything. They'll just tell you what they want. It is, I told you, it's already digital blockchain communism. I already told you it'll be credit scored and everything will be tracked and traced on the blockchain. You're tokenized. Yep, tokenized communism. You'll remember it. You will, I'm telling you, with the robot things that I was telling you. So, how do we know we've reached the, they'll tell you what you need in here, Max. Now we know we've reached the apex, which is kind of serious, right? Of stupidity. How do you know you reached the apex of stupidity? Not just because you pushed your buggies down the aisle and you didn't get the bug. If you pushed your cart one way, remember, you won't get the bug. Push your cart down the aisle this way. If you go wear a face diaper, do the whole masquerade thing. How do we know we've degraded to a point society we cannot get the apex level of stupidity? I already gave you a hint, so it's all coming. It's all coming, brothers. It's all coming. It's fast. It's here now. Call now. Call now. And for only $3.99, you can get the truth. Alatia. Anyone? Nobody answered me last. My religion is only 1,000 days at a viable waiver, a religious waiver. So I can only eat tacos on days in a while.